the ninth to give the Sox some breathing room, and he led the offense with 3 RBIs in all. Sox are a half a game behind the Yankees for the top wild card spot. They'll play them again tonight. Also, Wilyer Abreu was placed on the injured list with a calf strain, and Abraham Toro designated for assignment to take their place on the roster. Top outfield prospect Justinson Garcia and David Hamilton were both called up from AAA Worcester. In football news, Patriots didn't play most of their starters last night. They lost their final preseason game 42-10 to the New York Giants at MetLife Stadium. Third-string quarterback Ben Woldridge played the entire game. He was 10 of 20 for 82 yards, a touchdown, and a pick six. Next up for Mike Vrabel is getting his roster down to 53 players next week.
You know, we put a lot into this, into the players and getting to know them, and the roster is going to change, and that's part of the business that we're in, and we always want to make those transactions as respectful as possible.
First game of the regular season is 2 weeks from Sunday at home against Las Vegas. Also, Patriots wideout Jalen Polk will need season-ending surgery on the shoulder he injured in week 1 of the preseason. Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones said yesterday the offer he made to hold in pass rusher Micah Parsons would have given him more guaranteed money than any non-quarterback in NFL history. And the father of Celtics All-Star Jaylen Brown arrested late Wednesday night in Las Vegas and charged with attempted murder. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Catches Law. At Catches, they specialize in helping those who have been injured not only from a one-time incident, but from a lifetime of hard work and labor. Does this sound like you? Visit CatchesLaw.com. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 6:30.
Come on, let's face it. Your summer barbecue, it's just training camp for tailgate season. And Patriots training camp is where the Sports Hub will be as the team gets ready for a new season with a new coach, Mike Vrabel. Keep it on the Sports Hub, and we'll keep you up to date with all things Patriots. 98.5, the Sports Hub.
Ladies and gentlemen, I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Toucher.
They love the show. In fact, they said, Fred, you're the best.
And Hardy.
Who's Taylor the originator?
On 98.5.
Hello.
Hey there.
Aloha.
Bonjour.
How are we doing?
What? I'm an animal.
Can we use this for the radio? No, Nick, with your drinking at noon on Monday.
Well, I tell her the truth, I miss booty.
That problem is too large for the Sarge.
You know how I feel about clowns on morning shows?
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, hello.
Toucher and Hardy.
Watch Daddy and Uncle Freddie.
Knocking back
25 glasses of soda.
having some fun.
On 98.5, the Sports Hub.
Let's go.
I am? What are you doing here? Mary's a trip. She's funny. She's awesome.
Oh.
Hey, Fred, what's a rapper's favorite toy?
What's that?
A yo-yo?
Yeah. Word to your mother. We're Toucher and Hardy.
Oh, okay.
We're in the Town Fair Tires Studios. 617-779-0985.
Yeah.
You can watch us on YouTube. Subscribe to 98.5 The Sports Hub on YouTube. We're live on YouTube. And we're up there all the time. Alex Barth, all the other shows. Joe's Live at Night. All of that stuff is on there. So get involved in that. We have not bought... we don't have bots buying subscriptions. So it's we're out there rugged. Rough and rugged, baby.
Oh.
Absolutely. This is a day of great jealousy for me because the planning was good with these two. John and Hardy are off next week, and then, of course, there's Labor Day, so they will be off for a long time. I am in next Monday and Tuesday, and then flying through LaGuardia to get to Tennessee, so Lord knows what my day will be like on Tuesday.
Oh, so you're working Tuesday before flying?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I had to. Because I'm not screwing myself at Christmas again. That was the big thing, is that I don't want to screw myself at Christmas. Now, did the day that I took, the very controversial day of taking off because I had to take my son to the airport at 4:30 in the morning, does that hurt me in this case?
Is that coming back to bite you in the ass?
The argument could be made. I still stand by that decision. But you get these floating holidays, and then we work some holidays, so you get a day for that, and it gets very confusing about what you have left and it just gets very confusing, and then you might think that you have more. But at Christmas, we only get Christmas Day off. Now, I know, boo-hoo, but I'm just telling you what the situation is. And the ratings around Christmas don't matter. Like December basically doesn't matter. So you can guilt-free take the time off. Now, that's unfortunate because it's also football season, and that's a pretty easy time to do the show, or a compelling time to do the show, because you have the NFL, of course, which is what everyone cares about. And but I am taking those 2 weeks off. So that's, 9 days of vacation. And then you get the New Year's Day, but that's 9 days of vacation. So, I mean, that leaves you, and then I'm a divorced father, so I have to take each kid on a specific vacation. Mm-hmm. At least I choose to. And then, you have your Hoover, Alabamas, and Sanford, Floridas this summer. I mean, what else are you going to do? You got to live it up. So I've basically done nothing enjoyable with adults all year. And nor will I by the end of the year. Yes.
Did you say you're taking the last 2 weeks off?
Yes.
So I'm doing the same, and it's actually the way that it works is our last day will be the 19th of December. We will not come back till the 5th of January. So it's like a really long time off. So
maybe I should have adjusted that then, because that seems like too long at Christmas. And I got nothing. I'm going to be at my parents' house.
The whole time?
No. No. I don't know. I got to review what I did.
Yeah.
That seems like a long time to have off.
I'm excited.
Oh. No, I have the 22nd until until off. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you're what, are you working the 22nd or you're off the 22nd?
No, I'm off the 22nd.
Right.
So the 19th is my last
day. So you got the weekend before and the weekend after, which gives you your 9 days, and then you get the week after that. But then it's weird because the New Year's Day holiday is on a Thursday.
The second.
So everyone's going to take the second off, which is the Friday. So really, no one's going to be back.
You know what? I'm going to work that second.
You're going to work on the second?
I'll probably work that second.
Yeah, I'm going to walk the second, too. I'm not taking that as a vacation day.
No, that seems to be one you could put in the tank.
Yeah, 1 day week?
No.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I'm all for it.
Yeah, I mean, where am I going to be?
I'll work the second.
I'm going to be home. I'm not staying in Tennessee for 2 weeks. In the winter, I could in the summer. I have.
Yeah.
During COVID and stuff, but I ain't staying there for 2 weeks in the winter.
No, you're going to need that day somewhere else. I would work the second.
Yeah, you got to do that. I mean, use your head. Come on, Adam.
I want that nice long stretch off. That's like a mental thing as much.
Just came back from a long stretch.
Yeah, but but having it interrupted by that, John, makes it less sexy for me.
But it'd be easy.
I know. Oh, I know.
I'm
not disagreeing with you. It's a good argument, and it's a good plan. Usually I would do it, but I'm looking ahead, and that big long stretch is something I'm very much looking for.
No, you're going to be home?
No, I'll split my time between here and Maine.
Oh, well, Maine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll do some snowboarding and take the kids up to do some skiing.
Snowshoeing?
Yeah, snowshoeing. If there's snow, absolutely. Yeah, if we get some snow early enough, yeah.
Yeah, but with global warming, you probably won't.
It's been a problem.
No snow on the ground then.
Well, yeah, when my father went to Dartmouth in the 60s, they used to have to drive around with snowshoes in the car because you'd often get stuck. And then when you were stuck, you were in rural New Hampshire, so you had to you had to have snowshoes to get anywhere. Because, they had jalopies back then. Real jalopies.
And hand cranks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rumble seat in the back?
Well, sure, whatever that is. Yep. Is that with there's just no seats? It's just a bench. Is that what a rumble seat?
You could look it up. Just search rumble seat, and there would be like a little, almost looks like a reverse trunk that would open up, and it would give you something to sit in the back.
And there's a John Cougar Mellencamp song called "Rumble Seat" that I think we could all listen to. Maybe after the show today, hang around for a while.
I'll use it as a rejoin.
Listen to some records.
Yeah.
Cool.
You know what? So like a station wagon had a rumble seat. Because we had one of those, so where you could lay down in the back.
Yeah, or the seat that kind of faced in reverse, right?
Okay.
Some of the station wagons had that back in the day, where you'd sit in the way back. We called it.
I just know you could fold it down.
Yeah,
I don't think you're no.
I'm not thinking the right thing.
No, the rumble seat. Just looking at it, it looked like something that popped out of the trunk.
Yeah,
and you sat forward.
Right.
Oh, okay.
You're
So
outside.
You're still facing forward.
Yeah, and you're outside of the cab, if you will, of the car.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't have rumble seats. No.
No. I mean, this is like that's a rumble seat right there. So you pop that thing open, you sit back there.
So it's like a Model T situation. I understand.
Very old cars.
But John, much to the surprise of everyone, has no plans. He's staying home.
Maine for 3 days.
That's right, Maine for 3 days.
Yep.
And then you were just home.
Golf. A lot of golf. I'm playing with Ryan Johnston on Monday, in fact.
Where?
Place up in Westford.
Ryan,
Hello, little chickadee.
let's play. Present. Show your pie hole.
What?
I said pie hole.
It's not.
Pie hole's your mouth.
I know. It just.
Yeah, so
It
you
didn't
thought I was
sound
going to say
good.
something
But
else.
on the heels of present.
Yeah, you thought I was going to... I see what I did is
something else.
you reacted as if I said something offensive, but I didn't.
Very creative of you.
Yep.
I wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah, you thought I was going to say something.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I saved the day. But John
So-
go ahead.
What do you think about this? Wallach asked me if I wanted to play golf on Thursday. Mm-hmm. I thought, yeah, I mean, I don't have any plans for Thursday, except for this is going to be the day after Marcy and I get back from dropping Katie at college. I wonder about my wife's emotional state that day.
Oh, yeah.
And should I be leaving for the entire day and going off footloose and fancy free?
How long have you been
which
married?
Which I fully expect to be.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
there'll be some emotion dropping her off, but I mean, I'm not going to be posting on Facebook about it. You know, I don't accept.
Oh, you should.
I don't expect that level of emotion
Well, you should, because
to
then
overcome me.
No, because then you can. Then everyone will go like, "Oh,"
Yeah,
and that's the greatest attention of all.
right.
Is sympathy. We're in an era of erotic sympathy. Boy, do people bask in sympathy.
I see you posted the note there in front of you. That was good.
Yeah. No, I'm not even referring to that. I'm just saying in general. No, sympathy. Like, people just love sympathy. It's a big thing with Facebook, especially because I think it's more older people. Because younger people don't really want sympathy. It seems like at a certain age, Facebook went from I'm not on it anymore because I'm actually proud of myself. I accomplished, since I've been divorced, everything I needed to accomplish on Facebook. The windmills have been tilted. I've conquered what I needed to conquer. But
We've been married 22 years.
so the answer, first of all, the answer to that is just do whatever you want. What's going to happen? I mean, if she feels bad, what do you need to be there for? No, I'm serious. Like, what are you going to do?
Well, this is why I've been married for 22 years. Is I take my
She's not
spouse's
going anywhere.
feelings into consideration.
You guys are
constantly.
exactly. You guys are in your 50s.
I do.
You guys are in your 50s. No one's going anywhere. You've survived your 40s.
Yeah, but I would like to do more than just survive my marriage. I would like to enjoy it and have it be with a person that, you know.
So what are you going to do? Sit around all day? Just
No, but we might do something together that day.
Well, all right. Well, I mean, it's probably better than playing golf with John, to be honest with you, but I wouldn't worry about...
No, not to me. Why would you say that?
No, you're right. It's a win-win. I'd enjoy it more.
Right.
And my wife would appreciate it.
I guess my point would be this, is that if there was something you really wanted to do, I wouldn't let that stand in your way. And it's not only selfish it wouldn't be just selfish on your part. Are you sure she would want you there? Like, that's another thing. Like, would she prefer being with her friends? Because another secret to a long marriage, I got news for you, is space.
I was at dinner with my wife.
And I will give you... And you're right. Exactly.
We could always do that.
I will give you the example of COVID and the divorce rate during it, including my own. So, space is a major part. When that space is taken away, that's not a good thing. I can tell you that. And it's, you just look at the statistics. Good luck getting a marriage counselor during COVID.
We do stuff separate from each other,
and I'm not kidding.
all the time. We have our
No,
own
I know you.
interests
I know
and
you do.
stuff like that.
Yeah,
So-
right.
but I'm just thinking this one day in particular could be an emotional
Look,
one.
this is obviously a long way of telling John you don't want to play golf with him, which is fine, and I can understand that. I can't imagine playing golf more than 2 times over the course of 8 days anyway. That seems like a lot.
Oh.
It seems
I got a lot more than that on the books.
Well, you're doing like things that special things. You're going. No, you are.
I am. There's a couple of them that I'm really looking forward to.
So that's why I'm not, because he's dropping his daughter off at college. He's got these 2 golf things he's very proud of and that he's excited for. So he's got something.
I don't like the proud of.
I'm defending you.
You
won't even let me defend
That seems
you.
a little crappy. You were being a little crappy there, weren't you?
Then it's just it's an instinct that I can't control. I didn't mean it in that way.
You admit to it, though. As long as you admit to it, I'm fine.
Sure, I could see it sounded dickish. It's not. You're nitpicking a little bit because if everything I say like that is going to be challenged, it's going to be
only with regard to golf.
It's your tone, Fred.
No, I understand. It's my tone. I get it. I'm on the radio and I have to perform for an audience, so I understand my tone is different than when we speak off air. I understand that, but
really not.
No, it's not.
I was going to say it if you did, but that's fine.
All right. So anyway, no, but I understand. So but he's got those things. You're just doing things to kill time, basically.
Not
Jonathan.
to kill time. I do these things because I enjoy them.
No, but I mean, time off is a week off is very precious, and it's not to be just run around town, playing munis with Johnston. I mean, come on.
What's wrong?
And you accurately identified that. As soon as he said Monday, I'm like, oh, it's not some destination.
No, it's him and Ryan. There's no way it's a destination. Ryan's got to.
Why are they open on Monday? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, because the course is open Monday for service. All of a sudden, it's not worthy of.
Yes,
I see.
No, he's not wrong. I mean, that is true.
Not every course, but some of the nicer courses that I would really be looking. Now, the course I ironically that I'm playing on Monday, normally not open on Monday, but it's a media day, so that's why they're shoving us all out there on a Monday.
See, mine's not open on Mondays, but they have stuff on Mondays that they make money on,
which is exactly what's going on here.
Right?
It's not a moneymaker; it's more of like a showcase. Hey, come look at our shiny new toy out here.
I see.
I wish I liked it, but there's John, and your kids are going to be home too.
Kids start school on Wednesday.
Oh, oh, that sucks.
Yep.
Did they do the weird 2-day week, John, where it's like Wednesday, Thursday? Because that's what my kid does.
No, it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then they're off for the long weekend, and then they're back at it on Tuesday.
Oh, that sucks.
I think last year my kids went on Wednesday, half day Thursday.
That's what
and then they were off Friday through Monday for Labor Day.
4-day weekend, yeah. So it's like easing them back in, a day and a half, and then 4 days, and then 5 days.
Yeah, but they start the middle of next week.
Yeah, because Zoe starts high school, so she'd almost have to go. Wow, that would suck. They start the day after Labor Day, and Miles doesn't even start then. Miles starts on Wednesday or Thursday, I don't know, of the following week.
Yeah.
He needs to get back. But, that sucks.
Yep.
Well, I guess it's good for you because you're home. Mm-hmm. And you don't feel the need that you have to entertain them.
Nope.
But that sucks just in general because this is the last week of summer.
Mm-hmm. And they're moping around the house already.
Well,
they're just
good fortune has come to me because the kids in Tennessee have been in school now for weeks and weeks. So when we have this planned trip to a water park, you're going
to be alone. Yeah.
Oh, baby. Yeah, it's only an hour away.
No lines for anything.
Yeah, an hour away, right by a Buc-ee's. in God knows where, Tennessee. We'll be flying. Now, I do like going down water slides.
A water park.
I do enjoy going down the water slides. I do. But if you said if you said, Fred, you have to go to like a theme park, I would choose a water slide every time. The water slide, because I won't go on roller coasters. I'm too afraid. And then Disney World, I don't understand. I just don't conceptualize why people enjoy it that aren't children.
Did you take your kids to Disney or any place like that when they were little?
Yeah, I did all that stuff. Yeah, we did a lot. I took a Disney cruise. I did everything. I've done. In fairness, I've done pretty much everything you're supposed to do with the kids. Now, I've made obviously mistakes, but in terms of checklist of things that you were supposed to do, I've taken them to Disney several times. I've done it. Now, but then they started not liking it anymore. They don't want to do it. So they when they were little, I told you we went on that Disney cruise and there was adults taking pictures. They were little, and adults were taking pictures with Cinderella or whatever. The woman was really good looking, but like Cinderella or whatever, and they were both like, "Why are they taking pictures?" And I'm like, because like they're little kids, right? So I'm like, "Oh, because it's Cinderella," and they're like, "Well, no," and then it's just someone that works on the boat, and I was like, "Oh, you are my children," and I said, "Oh, that's not fun to you," and they're like, "No." And I'm like, "Do you like any of this stuff?" And they're like, "No." And I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Well, we should leave.
There was a kids club that Milo really liked, so like he liked the kids club. But other than that, like the whole point of it being Disney just did not move anything for them. And then that made me look around and go, "Well, yeah. Like if you don't believe the characters are really the characters, what the hell's the point of any of this?" And then that's when I say I can't conceptualize it. I'm not even making fun of adult Disney people. Jesus Christ, Crash is one of my best friends, and he's a huge Disney guy. I'm not putting you down. I'm literally saying I don't get it. Like I can't even like, if you know that everything's fake, why is that still so enjoyable to you? That's really it. Like I guess you can suspend reality. Like you can pretend that you think they're real, I guess. Maybe you're like, use your imagination or something. I don't really know. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, we did all of that. But we will be going to a water park. I'm going to Tennessee with my kids. They'll require, the boat, but they're getting older. They can drive all that stuff, but I'm going to like have to be out there with them. So
maybe this is the time they thought they'll let you use the boat.
Yeah, I mean, he would have. Yeah, I can drive that boat. I think now that I haven't been drinking and everything, I probably have the temperament to take the boat out. Not that I would have been drunk, but just like I was a little bit more hair triggered.
You mentioned the driving back and forth the water park. Are they coming to pick you up at the airport?
Oh yeah.
Oh, in Knoxville? Yeah, you can't get a cab in Knoxville. There's no cab stand, and there's no share. Good luck with getting a ride share out of there. Okay. It's not like any other airport. If they lived in Detroit, no.
I'm going to need to know this at some point.
Oh, so, yeah, Knoxville. Yeah, you're getting picked up.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in Maryville. It's in Maryville or Alcoa. It's not like area where there's ride share. I mean, I'm sure you could get one.
All right,
but it's not like there's 15 cars waiting to pick you up. Like you might be there for 45 minutes waiting for the car.
You wouldn't rent a car?
No, there's no. My parents have 2 cars. I'm not paying to rent a car, and it's not far from them.
Do you need some money?
Well, if you're offering, I'll do something for it. What do you want done? All right. You can have anything you want on me. No. You can stick anything anywhere. Go ahead.
Put it where you please.
Yep. No, I don't give crap. I don't feel nothing anymore emotionally. I'm dead inside. All right, very good. 2 big events last night. One, and we decided the Red Sox were bigger because it was a Yankee game and they're playing for home field in the wild card. And then there was a preseason game you'll happy to know I watched parts of.
Really?
I did, because I had nothing else to do. So
Even I didn't make it past the first quarter.
Well, I didn't watch like a chunk of it at a time. I was impressed by Jackson Dart a little bit. Just his mobility. Right. He was stupid and got hurt. Could have gotten hurt. But yes, we'll be back in just a moment.
You're listening to Toucher and Hardy on the Sport.
Did you catch the game last night?
Hello, everybody. We are Toucher and Hardy. What happened last night is brought to you by Leonard Hair Transplant Associates, where your hair doesn't have to be a game of what happened. So change your lettuce and change your life with Dr. Matthew Lopresti at 1-800-GET-HAIR. All right. Hardy.
Yeah.
Big game in the Bronx.
Yeah. Red Sox, Yankees. Now, this is the wild card race. Going into last night's game, what was it? Game and a half?
Game and a half.
Game and a half separating the two. So, how would things go down? Well, a relatively fresh face here on the Red Sox had something to say about this. Let's go to the top of the 7th inning.
Line drive right center field. That's headed for the gap. All the way to the wall off of the bat of Nathaniel Lowe. Trevor Story's headed for the plate. And the newest Red Sox has come through again in the clutch. Tied the game in the 9th inning on Tuesday night. And he breaks the tie in the 7th in his first Yankees-Red Sox game.
A little extra compression on the Fox audio broadcast.
Yeah.
Good
You
grief.
can tell it's a professional broadcast. This ain't no local yokel show.
They're really, really pumping it in there.
Yep.
That made it 4-3 for the Red Sox last night. Hanging on to that slender lead, let's go to the top of the 9th with Roman Anthony at the plate.
You know, the Romans were very free sexually. Gender was no issue.
Is that true?
Caligula. It was an orgy of Roman proportions. Bob Guccione made a movie called Caligula where they really did it, and it was real actors.
At Yankee Stadium, he finds the second deck. A 2-run bomb.
You could find anything you wanted during the filming of Caligula, including women who didn't groom.
A 2-run bomb. Patient most of the game, and then goes up there and jumps on the first pitch.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I mean...
Jumps on the first pitch.
Oh, okay.
He was being seductive. Okay.
So, and by the way, the bat twirl after the home run.
Yeah.
Unusual for that kid, but
Yeah.
I'll take it.
I liked it.
If I'm whoever, what is it, freed tomorrow? If I'm freed, I'm just putting one in the 0 hole. But I would seriously.
It was he didn't Cadillac it around the bases.
No,
but
the bat flip was there, man.
The bat flip,
Yeah.
the helicopter twirl, the bat. I'm like, careful, kid.
You can't do it. Yeah, you can't do it last night. But today, I wouldn't hit him in the head. I'd hit him. I absolutely would hit him, or I'd hit someone else. I would hit somebody in order to send the message that.
That's the thing with this lineup. Who are you going to hit? Which important player are you going to knock
I'd
down?
hit maybe Bregman.
Yeah.
Bregman or Story probably because they've been around and that would send the biggest message. But okay, they win. That's great. But and this is not being a fuddy-duddy because I've heard this brought up nationally. With runners in scoring position, they were 3 for 19. Yeah. I mean, this was a story of two very flawed teams.
The at-bat before struck out with the bases loaded in the inning.
Okay,
so could have blown the game open. It was 4-3.
Let's just talk about the flaws in both these teams, and they were evident last night. The Yankees had 4 errors. Mm-hmm. They're a mess. Like base running, fielding.
The second inning was just a comedy.
I'm glad you brought that up because David Hamilton, the Yankees are throwing the ball all over the place. You got Jazz Chisholm airmailing a double play relay. You got the catcher throwing the ball into the outfield.
Chisholm can't play defense,
right? Okay. Throw the ball. David Hamilton is on third base. On third base, up 1-0. Yankees can't get out of their own way. What happened, Hardy?
Well, he walked over and talked to the third base coach. He was having a bit of a conversation and got picked off. How far off base was he? About 4 feet.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just not paying attention.
He got picked off at third base to kill the inning.
I don't know that I've ever seen someone get picked off standing that close to the base before.
Amazing.
Like he just
this team does it every night. Fortunately for them, they ran into a team that also does things just as poorly every night.
So, so there's 4 errors. That's interesting. There's 4 errors by the Yankees, and then the Red Sox were 3 for 19 with runners in scoring position.
This is after going 0 for 13 with runners in scoring position the night before.
Yeah, like you can say what you want, and you're making it. Well, yeah, it's not good. That's not a recipe. They're not good with runners in scoring position. It's just not a recipe to win a lot of games. I mean, it's going to be rare a night where you're playing a team that makes 4 errors again. I mean, this is Major League Baseball. You look, whatever the error is turned into is what it is, but
they do this every night. We've talked about this. They do this every night. Jazz Chisholm, bringing it back to the Yankees, we came in the next day. Jazz Chisholm got picked off of first base on a pop. He's a runner at first base on a pop up to second.
And he
got
defended
picked
it
off
after
first base.
Yeah, and he defended it after.
But it wasn't a ball that the second baseman had to run after.
No.
He was camped under it, and Jazz Chisholm still got picked off of first.
But he said that he wanted to ensure that he didn't get thrown out at second. Should the second baseman have deliberately dropped it. But that's like saying I'm such a better base runner than the guy getting to first base. Like, I mean, that's ridiculous. Like, so you're going to sacrifice an out? I mean, the guy can see you. I mean, like, there's peripheral vision. Like, I mean, he can see what's going on.
This weekend's going to be interesting because it'll be like Little League at points for the next 3 nights. Oh, wait a minute. That ball's in right field. That was a throw to second. What are you doing?
That air-mailed throw when they were trying to turn the double play last night?
Wasn't even close. Jazz Chisholm again.
It's gross.
Yeah.
Chisholm can't play defense. He's not a good defensive player. If he ever was, I don't know, but he's not this year.
I understand the overthrow from the catcher when you're trying to pick off the runner trying to steal second.
Hamilton's very fast. You're hurrying the ball.
I don't understand overthrowing second. That's
he didn't get up.
Biggest part of your job.
He didn't even. I mean, he wasn't even in the crouch. He didn't get off his knee. And look, I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's something you would wish for in a catcher. But I at least understand how that happens. I don't understand how the overthrow to first happens. It looks like he hadn't played baseball.
Yeah, he didn't miss by 2 feet.
Oh no, the first baseman just watched it sail over his head. He didn't jump for it.
Chuck Knobloch situation.
Yeah, could be. Maybe Chisholm has the yips.
Yeah, maybe the second base of the Yankees is a cursed position.
Could be,
and you're likely to get the yips.
I bet that's it.
There you have it.
So we've got a Prime Video game tonight. MLB Network Prime.
It's on Amazon Prime.
It's got to be on Nessun.
I thought I heard Dave O'Brien say Nessun tonight and tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
And then ESPN Sunday night.
Well, if something's on Amazon Prime, I don't know why you wouldn't have Amazon Prime. You don't even need the good one to get the games.
Yeah.
You just need to get it so you get free shipping.
Brian Bayo going tonight.
Does Amazon Prime cost anything? If it does, it's not enough that I know.
You know what? I was about to say something similar. I don't know how much more I have it, but I don't know how much more I'm paying for it.
Well, you get Amazon Prime for the delivery options, then you get the video along with it. I think it's $129 a year or something.
Okay, because I did pay for so you don't get commercials on Amazon recently. I don't know.
$139 a year Amazon Prime, and I think that means you get the video also. I don't.
You do, but some of the programming has commercials, and you have to pay extra not to get those commercials.
Oh boy, that's how they get you.
Well, I think part of the reason they want the streaming apps is, because they get all the money, and it's not through a third party, but also because I'd have to think some of it just logically is because people set and forget, like they just don't remember that they have it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why the fact that you can go into your settings on your phone and look up subscriptions. That's invaluable because then I cancel things all the time. But it's again, that's the penny thing, and then you're paying a guy $300 to change 3 recessed light bulbs.
Did you give him change?
I did.
Oh,
it's $300 because he had to go to Home Depot and buy $80 light bulbs. He said they would last for 40 years.
I've gotten that line too.
My son was there. It wasn't me.
I know. We get these special energy efficient light bulbs. I have floodlights in the house, especially efficient floodlights. It'll last forever. A year, 2 years.
Well, these lasted for the ones that were installed when I moved in have lasted. I've lived there for about 3 years, and they've stood the test of time. All right, look, we'll take the Paul when we come back, and then we will get into a little discussion about what happened with the Patriots. There's not very much to talk about that I would care to, but we will be back in just a moment. Here are the headlines.
Easy.
the need.
You got me stumped.
Red Man.
Oh,
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
it is on Scarecrow.
It's not on that. It's on Scarecrow. Okay. Very good.
There's a little Fred Norris over there. All right, Paul, go ahead.
Hey, good morning. Hey, Hardy, beautiful morning to be walking the dog, huh?
Yeah, sure.
I got a question for you. So I got some new neighbors. I'm actually walking by their house right now.
Nice.
Around my age, and they got a dog. I struck up conversation before, but I'm really looking for you to help me kind of run through what a conversation would look like that would get me to be able to bring my dog over and
Sure.
have a little play date, kind of get into their that way.
Yeah. You want to get into their circle and use the dog as the entry point. Start by talking about the dog. Ask the dog's name. How long have you had the dog? How old is the dog?
Yeah, I've got all that info. It's really the breaking into the personal space that I need to bridge the gap of. Macy, you got to sit dead on the radio.
Like getting the number is what you're saying. Like sealing the deal is what you're saying. You've done the small talk, but now you need to get the number.
Do you carry treats when you walk your dog?
Shoot, Macy, you got to sit. You got to sit. All right. I'm going to use a tree right now.
Okay. Ask them next time you see them out with their dog, is it okay to give your dog a treat? And
they're these recluse people that don't bring the dog outside. I need to really just kind of be able to go up to their front door or in their backyard. That's where I see them a lot.
I think you just go in the house. I think at this point you just need to enter the dwelling.
Did you ever watch Home Improvement?
Yeah,
like the neighbor on the fence.
Sure, yeah.
Like you never saw his face.
Yeah,
and I mean it was beautiful. And then when he passed, they did a beautiful tribute to him.
That's nice.
But do you ever lean up on the fence and and talk over the fence, or do you find that's too much of a physical separation?
Fred, they say good fences make good neighbors. You know what I find makes even better neighbors? No fences. No fences.
Which is the name of
we're in a no fence area.
I don't know. You're in a no fence area?
Yeah.
Well, why don't you let the dog off the leash and let him run into their backyard, and then be like, "Oh, you scamp," and then be
I've lost control. What could I do?
Yeah. That's not bad. That's not bad.
Maybe she was drawn to you guys naturally. Maybe there's something behind this.
Yeah, I guess our dogs like each other.
That's a great line, Fred.
They're boyfriend, girlfriend.
I came for Hardy's help. I think, Fred, you saved me.
Yeah, good.
Hardy was looking to make a big joke out of this, Paul, but I stepped in with some real info. Now, I don't know how to make friends. Hardy does, but if Hardy's not going to do it, I damn well can predict what he's going to say.
It sounds like we got the blind leading the blind today.
Well, ask Larry Bird how to, hit a jump shot. I don't know. I can just do it, I don't have to think about it. I've never given it any thought.
Yes, you have, because you used the dog as a prop, so yes, you have thought about it.
The only time that I've ever thought about using the dog as a prop is after you said it. It's like if you asked, Tiger Woods, how do you hit a 2-iron stinger? He'd be like, I don't know, but if someone else wants to break it down and explain it to me.
Well, with analogies like that, I can see why you can't stop making friends. 2-iron stinger. You get that, Paul? It's like asking Tiger Woods how to hit a 2-iron stinger. You understand that?
I'm going to make a lot of friends.
Yeah, exactly. You can just golf, I guess, is what he's saying.
Sure. Hey, how about that Jackson Dart for the Giants last night, huh? He got the start.
I thought he looked good.
He does pretty good.
3-2. Dart is back to pass. Pocket is holding. He's directing traffic. Now he's going to run straight ahead and then flip it to Olszewski. Wide open right side 40. 35-30. Slanting left to the 25. Runs past the 20. Chopped down by Mapu. Caught from behind. Short of the 10-yard line. Although there is a flag back at the 32 of New York.
I thought it was going to be holding. It was not. It was an offside call on the Patriots, which I did not see even on the replay.
Lined up the left end, lined up in the neutral zone.
Oh, see, I even said it to my wife. She said, "What does that mean?" I'm like, "Shut up."
Sure.
But why don't?
And that's why he can't play golf.
That's why I can't play golf.
That tender relationship.
Normally, don't they call it as such though? Don't they say that in the explanation because they said offside? But I'm like, lined up in the neutral zone.
We had a referee who hadn't been a referee before last night. That's what Al Michaels was saying, that this guy just recently got promoted to ref.
Oh.
I think that he he was derelict in his duties. But you see who caught the pass there, Fred? See who caught the pass for the Giants? The gunner.
Yeah, it was
the gunner. Gunner Olszewski.
Sure.
Former Patriot. Pro Bowl kick returner.
Very
you
good.
You knew that, right?
I know who Gunner Olszewski is, yes. Not a Pro Bowl kick returner, was he? Was he the gunner? But he was also a Pro Bowl kick returner, or was he a Pro Bowl gunner?
No, he was a Pro Bowl kick returner.
Okay.
At one point for the Patriots.
Yeah. No one played for the Patriots last night. I wouldn't. They couldn't. Their offense was horrible. Their defense wasn't very good, but no one played.
Yeah, you had. I think you had Jabril Peppers. Actually, there was like one starter on each side.
Well, I'll tell you. I'm not going to name everyone, but I'll tell you the amount of players that didn't play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24. So that, if I'm doing my math correctly, that's both sides of the ball. So, that's 20.
Ben Wooldridge, your third-string quarterback, came out there to start the game. You're like,
did Roach have a boner that kid's mom comes to all his games? Like, Roach just couldn't stop talking about it. On Instagram, too. Like, getting annoyed on Instagram is hard. It's not like Twitter where you can just, flood people's timelines. Like, Roach, I woke up, I went to bed last night, and the last time I looked at my phone was Roach masturbating to this kid's mom coming to every game. And then I got into work this morning. I don't look at my phone before I get into work. And then got into work this morning. I looked at my phone. And the first thing I saw on Instagram was about this kid's mom coming to every game. It was very annoying, Danny, who will be in on Monday.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Well, you know what? We jumped ahead a little bit. During the pregame, there was some fun between Mike Vrabel and color analyst Scott Zolak as he was doing his chin wag with the coach.
There was a report this week that Duggar and Jennings were available for a trade, made available. Is that confirmed? Is that a true report, or is that how's that shaking out?
I don't know. I mean, you've reported a lot of things that may not necessarily have been true. So I wouldn't put a whole lot of stock into the reports that go around. I mean, you know that better than anybody.
Yeah. Okay.
He's talking about is that now we're thinking that is because of the Drake May's presence.
I would think the Drake May wedding gift given to charity false report may have something to do with that. What was odd is that Zoe did not take the bait. He just said, yeah, okay, and then just went on to the next question. Mm-hmm. And I don't know that it was edited or anything. He did. It sounded like Vrabel was trying to have some fun with him, and Zolak was not taking the bait. No.
See, I'm 50-50 on if he was having fun or not, or if he was necessarily talking about that. Now that I've heard the audio, because I heard all about this right when we got off the air yesterday, but I don't. Because I'm so used to Belichick being a dick. Like, I don't know if Vrabel was just being a dick. Let me hear it one more time.
There was a report this week that Duggar and Jennings were available for a trade, made available. Is that confirmed? Is that a true report, or is that how's that shaking out?
I don't know. I mean, you've reported a lot of things that may not necessarily have been true. So I wouldn't put a whole lot of stock in.
Oh yeah, he's screwing with them.
Yeah, I think you're right. He knows he's known Zoe a long time. I mean, Zoe is calling games when Vrabel was here. Does he go back far enough for that? I'm trying to remember.
Did he play with Vrabel?
Maybe not. No. Vrabel was here after Zolak was gone.
Okay, you're positive? Sure. When did
95% sure.
Okay.
I gotta double check that. But
I know Zoe probably knows him just through being around.
Right after that, they went back to the pregame, and Beetle was hosting last night because it was a primetime game, and Beetle, according to his contract, has to host pregame for the primetime affairs. And he said, to Zoe's credit, Zoe had something earlier in the week on Jalen Polk, who is expected to now miss the season with a shoulder injury that will require surgery, and no one else had it at that point. I guess Zolak had something about that earlier in the week, so he propped up his midday partner a little bit with that reporting. But last night, Zoe was having none of the reindeer games with Mike Vrabel.
Yeah. So the funny thing about Zoe reporting the thing was that he acted like he had heard it somewhere. Like that he had heard it from somebody?
Well, you heard it on the audio from the TikTok.
Yeah, but did he... Because if he said, I saw on TikTok he gave all his presents away, that's not, so funny. Like, I mean, all right, then he didn't. Like, who cares? But the only way it would be funny is if Scott pretended like he heard it from someone. Do we know what the circumstances were?
Oh, I think he saw.
Where he saw it is where he saw it. But where did he say he saw it?
Oh, I don't know. I'm sure we could pull the audio. It's
Because it's only funny if he says somebody told me.
I don't think so.
Oh, then if he saw it on TikTok, then who cares? Then he could just I saw on TikTok he gave all his presents away. Well, that's not true. All right. It's only if he reported it as I heard that the guy gave away the presents.
Remember.
Because I don't even know why it would be a story if he just said I saw on TikTok. Because I saw on TikTok he gave all his presents away. It's not like I saw on TikTok he tried to kill a guy. Like you saw on TikTok he tried to give his present away. Who cares? It's a nice thing. It's only if he's I heard.
As we talked about, and we only talked about it really once. It's not like we spent a ton of time goofing.
Well, we obviously didn't because I've never even heard the audio. I know he did it, but I'd never heard the audio.
But to me, the funny and interesting thing about it was, if you just think about it for 15 seconds. Oh, they donated their wedding gifts. How? To who? What did they give away? They donated China?
Again, but if he just was looking at his phone and saw it and mentioned it, it's still not worthy of news, or gossip. It's only if he's I heard from a source that he gave away, or he was acting like a big time insider, and it turned out it was just some fake story on TikTok. Now that's funny. It's funny more than anything else, but I would have to hear it. All right, Bert Breer will join us in just a moment.
Sports Hub headlines. Presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Red Sox scored a big win over the Yankees last night in Game 1 of a very important 4-game series at the stadium. Fox Sports. Roman Anthony's 2-run homer in the top of the ninth was a key part of a 6-3 Sox win. Anthony drove in 3 runs in all. Red Sox are now a half a game behind the Yankees for the top wild card in the American League, and this 4-game series continues tonight. Sox also promoted top prospect Justinson Garcia and David Hamilton, designated Abraham Toro for assignment, and placed Wilyer Abreu on the injured list. Also, the team is reportedly considering taking Walker Buehler out of the starting rotation. Patriots finished their preseason with a record of 2-1 after a 42-10 loss to the Giants last night at MetLife Stadium. Almost all the starters were inactive. Ben Wooldridge went the distance at quarterback in the loss. He completed 10 of 20 passes for 82 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception that was run back for a score. And Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones told Michael Irvin's YouTube channel he has offered to give Micah Parsons more guaranteed money than any non-quarterback in NFL history, but the problem continues to be his agent. Sports Hub headlines brought to you by the Colossal Lobster Rolls at the 99. Choose hot and buttered or traditional, both built to the hilt with chunks of North Atlantic lobster, served with fries and coleslaw. You gotta love the nines. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 7:30.
Start your day.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Work through your day.
What's that thing we do at the end of the show?
And end your day.
I'm not giving you an opinion. I don't know.
Right here, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Why do people listen to Touch Your Heart?
Because it's a thing.
All right.
You know what I'm talking about.
Sure.
No idea what you're talking about.
Here's more of The Thing on the Sports Hub.
Well, there's no doubt about the starting quarterback for the Patriots in this year's season opener. Right now, he's walking off the sideline with a smile on his face. He didn't dress in uniform tonight. And while the Patriots get walloped by the Giants, now the full focus.
We are Toucher and Hardy. Bert Breer is the senior NFL reporter and lead content strategist for the MMQB. You can watch us actually on YouTube. Subscribe to 98.5 The Sports Hub on YouTube to watch us live. Now, Hardy, do you have, first of all, do you have the Vrabel thing from yesterday?
Yeah.
Right.
Pre-game, Scott Zolak asking Mike Vrabel a question about potential trade scenarios.
Confirmed, is that a true report, or is that how's that shaking out?
I don't know. I mean, you've reported a lot of things that may not necessarily have been true. So I wouldn't put a whole lot of stock into the reports that go around. I mean, you know that better than anybody.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right. So he says that because
he started to say fictitious, didn't it sound like that?
Yeah.
You guys get
yes.
that? Yeah.
All right. So this is what led to that. I know the story,
right?
but I haven't heard the audio. Here, let's hear the audio.
Can I tell you about what he did at the wedding, though, real quick? Wedding gifts?
Sure. Okay.
So the wedding gifts, didn't tell anybody, and he had this supposed deal with his current wife that 5 years ago he said, if I ever made it big, they did a lot of donating with the local kid shelters and stuff from the area he grew up, and some kids didn't have enough size shoes, didn't have some Christmas stuff. They didn't tell anybody, but they took their wedding gifts and sent it to the homeless and help centers down there. Everything that they got, they forwarded. They got no wedding gifts, didn't receive any, but forwarded to help.
You mean monetarily?
Monetarily, like yes, and even some gifts like.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know why that was that big a deal. I wish it was worse, but it's not. I wish he was like
it's just kind of
someone
funny.
in the building told me. Yeah, I mean that's just. Did you hear? He gave all. Now it doesn't make a lot of sense because I don't know what kids are going to do with like plates, like table settings and stuff, or what they're going to do with like a toaster. But nonetheless, I mean,
can I tell you what he did with the wedding? Sure. Yeah, let me tell you.
Yeah, I mean, he does like frame it like that, but it's not
right.
Man, he's got to kill a lot of time, and he's not overly prepared. I mean, he can't just. I mean, he's got to come in with what he hears.
And there's also, the fact that he didn't push back on Vrabel at all during the pregame yesterday. I thought that's weird that he just kind of like
took it
on the chin. Charles emailed. He said, I think Zoe didn't take the bait from Vrabel because he said he had some kind of corn dish and it wasn't sitting right on the inside during the broadcast, and he was very flatulent. So Zoe's tummy was upset from some type of corn. Probably not an entree. It was probably a side dish, but maybe a cream corn situation.
Sure.
The Patriots got to
His
get on
stomach
top of
didn't
that.
disagree with his stomach didn't
Zoe
agree with the
eats,
pregame spread
constantly, especially during games. It's before the games. It's during.
Oh, it's during games too.
Oh, it's a constant.
Because right outside
of food.
the booth, they have like the little spread there.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know, and I don't know what it's like in New York, but I would assume it's
similar. Yeah.
They've got food close by, and he eats before, during, and after.
Well, I know that the press box in New York has a good food situation in that like they've got like your normal like hot like whatever entree that they're serving that night, and then there's
soft serve ice cream.
and then there's a deli. There's almost like a deli type area, which is kind of nice. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, the food by the press boxes at Gillette is no great shakes. I mean, that's no big, huge spread of
Not a huge spread.
loveliness.
No, I think
But
the food's good. I think the food's fine there.
Well, no, but you're not where he is.
But they have the same food. I'm pretty
No.
sure they have the
No.
same food.
No.
Is in the press box?
No.
They get
No, you just have to insert yourself, but no. Okay. No, it's completely different.
I will
it's just
say
like a deli tray.
The one thing that is better outside the broadcast booth at Gillette are the cookies.
Yes,
They
that's
get
the big star of the show.
The big Montilio's cookies.
Yeah, so they have cookies and basically like garbage sandwiches. So the fact that Scott's going crazy eating that stuff is like a little odd.
Well, the network next door, they generally get like a better spread.
Mm-hmm.
So the TV guys calling it. And for years, in fact, I know one of the guys who gets called in when it's Al Michaels. There's a couple of guys that they bring in specifically in for security, and they get the lobster rolls and stuff. So he'll steal one and bring it over to Zoe. So it
sounds right.
Yeah, Zoe loves when Al Michaels is calling the game because that means he's going to get one of his lobster rolls.
Yeah, this is Zoe's prison tactics where he, befriends the COs and gets them to move contraband to him. I understand.
Is the network booth right by them?
It's right next to them.
Yeah.
So it's not overly impressive, but yeah, it's right next to them, and it's not like it doesn't look like that big a deal. It's interesting. So, to my experience,
but the vantage point's great. Like where they are
is the best seat in the house.
Right.
I mean, they're in a box on the 50,
like pretty low,
lower than club level.
Right.
Even.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's if it's not it's got to be. There's no better location for a box in all of football for a radio box.
Yeah.
And all of football, there's no way. And kudos to the Crafts for doing that, and because they've been a partner with the station for so long,
right?
Or with BCN, and then here is that they gave some love to the radio people and gave them that vantage point because they certainly didn't with the Celtics.
There's been like a slow screwing of the media when it comes to press box and like those sorts of locations. Like they're too valuable.
Did you see where they were in Minnesota? The TV people, they were like upper, like in the corner, corner of one of the end zones. So they panned out and the recordings, and so like they can't see what's going on.
Well, can I tell you why?
TV.
Because I'll tell you why. Because you know already, but I heard a guy on the radio, he was looking at how much Bears tickets, it was a random team, Bears tickets against Tampa Bay. It's in December. Not Tampa Bay, Cleveland in December. He was looking at how much tickets were. The lowest ticket, not secondary sales, the game was not sold out. These are prices from the Chicago Bears. Soldiers Field is a dump. It's in a crap location. Everything about it's horrible.
The location's good.
No, because getting there sucks. Now where it is
awesome.
Yeah,
but
if you were in a helicopter looking
or
down,
if you lived in the city. If you like,
it's still hard to get to. It's still hard to walk
the L there. It's fine.
Okay, but there is that. It's on a freeway. Like it's on like that. So it's I. No one there likes where it is. Like no one's like Soldiers Field. Like no,
but people don't want it in the suburbs either.
No. But well, I mean, they want an awful lot of land in the city, and Chicago is a behemoth city.
Yeah,
it's like Chicago and New York City are the two like behemoth cities.
Yep.
Like, where downtown is like insane. And what the plan for the Bears was a little ludicrous. Like they wanted a tremendous amount of land,
right?
Like to do a lot of weird crap with. But anyway,
on top of the land they're already occupying.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
And so, but get in for that game, lowest $219 to sit in a garbage seat at that garbage game, and
this is another thing the internet
in December.
ruined.
Yeah,
this is the other.
Well, don't get me going with the bots.
Yeah,
because we went over that early this week. Yeah, everything with the bots. And my mind's blown because I didn't know all these podcasts and YouTube channels and Spotify. It's all fake. It's all run by bots. None of the. I knew it. Now you got me going. I knew it because there's no way millions of people are listening to Travis Kelce's wife. There's no way. There's no way. Mm-hmm. And then when I heard it's all bots and it's all set up by these big podcast companies to generate fake listeners, that made sense to me. And by the way, someone emailed me that for a Spotify song to hit, you only need to listen to it for like 3 seconds.
Oh,
so you can just keep every 3 seconds reset and keep playing it. And he said he had a friend who had a band that, like, with very little followers on Spotify, and he pushed them up like thousands and thousands of ranking points by just setting a laptop on repeat on Spotify just to keep playing them over and over and over again.
You know how like the
one laptop,
it's ruined, like it's ruined face value too, because what's happened is like the whole idea, I think people almost forget that scalping tickets used to be illegal.
Yes.
Not too long ago.
Well, with paper tickets,
right.
yeah.
Like you could not like resell tickets. And that, I think, at least controlled it to some degree, where it didn't just turn into a bidding war on every single ticket in every single stadium.
There was a more, I guess, authentic market,
right? And now it's just like, how can we generate the most revenue? And now teams feel at liberty. I mean, it's even with the preseason games. It's like that was a bad value, so owners are like, okay, like, well, we'll give you this at a discount. But they're not just giving you the discount. They're jacking up the price of the other games. So if you look at, like, I was looking at the prices for, I can't remember what it was. I can't remember which college team it was, but it was like the price for tickets against whoever this team was. They were playing Penn State in October, and that ticket was like $275. But you could buy a ticket against Akron for like $50. Mm-hmm. So the same thing's happening in the NFL
so
with the preseason games. It's like, well, we're not going to screw you on the preseason game anymore. Like we're going to cut you a break there. But what they aren't saying is they're jacking up the price of the game that you really want. And I mean, it's making, I don't know, it's making it less and less affordable for real people to go to these games, which is why the crowd is becoming so corporate.
Well, that was the point of the guy I heard, the national guy, is because someone had called in and about like just it's getting expensive to watch, and then he said, well, if you think it's expensive to watch, let's pick a random game and see how much it's going to cost to get there and to go, and say you got your wife and 2 kids, $219 a ticket to have garbage seats in December where it's miserable out there anyway. Plus all the other crap that you got to pay, and that was before fees, by the way. That was before fees. So. The point was this, and Bert, I guess it's good. You've led me to this, and I have a lot of
thoughts on this.
Good. Well, you have 4 minutes to express them. So the thing is like, is there a point where they outprice fans, and that starts to negatively affect viewership?
Here's where I think that they're really playing with fire. It's not with our generation. It's with our kids. It's with the amount of work that you have to do to watch every baseball game or every basketball game or every hockey, and maybe it affects football less because there are fewer games and there are more of them on free TV, right? But like our experience as kids, just throwing on the basketball game, just throwing on the hockey game, just throwing on the baseball game because you could, right? There has to be an intentionality now to actually want to watch it if you're an adult. So your kids aren't going to have like the drive-by experience of watching a baseball game or a hockey game or a basketball game. Hey, there's a big game. Like this team is unexpectedly really good. This local basketball team is unexpectedly really good this year. It's a random Tuesday night at March. Let's watch. And now all of a sudden that 7-8-year-old gets to 9 or 10 and he's really into that team and he turns into a teenager and now he's watching every game. And then that's your consumer when he's in his 20s, right? Or it's the dad, the middle-class dad bringing their kid to Fenway because the bleachers seats cost $12 and it's an easy thing to do on a Wednesday night. Now maybe that's happened. Now maybe that same dad can afford to do that once a year.
Right.
So to me, it's on the part of the owners, it's a money grab for right now that I think could affect them down the line.
Well, and that's what I was at. Like, at what point and how valuable is the in-game experience? Because if it's $2.19 a ticket, that outprices most people.
Right.
Like a lot, like by a large majority, most people aren't going to suck it up and spend $1,000 to go to a December Chicago Bears game.
Especially when it's much easier to sit and watch it at home.
Exactly. So how much you would have to think, does the in-game experience or lack of that ever affect fandom? Like, if you're only experiencing something ever on TV, there's never that like up close in connection, like with the fan base and the atmosphere and everything. If you never get that, and it's literally just something you're watching on TV, does that start to affect television viewing because people just don't care?
I mean, I think they're playing with fire. I don't know about your kids. Like, my kids love sports, right? They're really into it. It's still hard to get them to watch a full game of anything.
Yes, and my son loves going to baseball games, but and wants to stay for the whole game and wants to get there even early. But if I put one on TV, he doesn't care. Like, he don't want to watch basketball on TV. He certainly doesn't want to watch. He doesn't really want to go to a hockey game anyway. But just, when you go to a game and there's that fan base and you're like a part of that fan base, that is kind of what seals the deal in terms of, in terms of making you a fan. Because when you're a kid, you're not going to a sports bar. Like, you're not getting together with your friends and everyone's like going crazy unless it's like a playoff game. It's just so ridiculous. $219 a ticket without fees. So let's just call it $260. I mean, it's $1,000 to take your family to a game. I don't want to spend $1,000 to take my family to a game. It's ridiculous.
But it's because of who owns these teams now too.
That was what he was saying. It was private equity and like that. And then also these guys that are private equity will break, and then we'll get into real football talk. But the guys that are private equity, this, Bert. Worst case scenario, they just sell it, or break it apart or do anything. Like, their job is to churn and burn. Like, they don't care. So like, if they outprice people and they're concerned basically, and you'll agree, I think, but if you don't, their concern's not so much even the sustainability of the product. It's an immediate profit because
it's an immediate return, because like their business is to come in, quote unquote, right size things, make things more efficient, and then get the hell out.
Exactly. So
that's
they have
no model.
Yeah. So it just becomes a commodity, not even like a Home Depot or something. It becomes really a commodity. Like, just
even if there's a human cost.
Yeah, exactly. That you're just gambling on. Like, when you're, investing in a company, or you give angel investing in a company, like, there's things that you like about it, and like you want to see it grow. These guys just boom, 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 flipping it.
They've got $6, $8, $10 billion in debt that they have to service, and even if they have the money, even if it's billionaires buying it, they're not using their own money to do it.
No.
So now they, like you said, they need to immediately start seeing some return on that.
And they don't care about the sustainability of it because they'll just flip it.
Why do you think there were rules forever preventing private equity from owning teams?
Yeah.
There were rules in place for a reason. Like, the the one thing I will say, like, the NFL is changing these rules now because it's becoming so expensive to buy a team. But they've forever had rules that have kind of prevented conglomerates from owning the team. So no private equity until just recently. And there had to be a principal owner who owned at least 30% of the team. And a certain amount of that had to be paid for in cash. And the reason why is so there's one person who's responsible for it. So they can't look at some big group of people and everybody's pointing at somebody else. Like, there is somebody that can be held responsible for it. And I think the deconstruction of that in all of sports and the involvement of private equity is leading to crap like this, that I think, again, like you said, Fred, like, they're not concerned about the long-term fortunes of the sports. Their investment is in what sort of return they can get now.
Well, I have a friend who runs, and he's not a billionaire, but I have a friend who runs for a larger company, a fund that is, you buy sports teams, you buy into percentages of sports teams. So Like there's a fund going around, like a mutual fund that you buy into, and it's collected over several professional sports.
There's
franchises.
an NFL owner. There's an NFL owner I can tell you who is very detached from his team. Doesn't really do much at all. Isn't around very much. And I remember asking, I'm like, why do you think I remember asking somebody, like, this was years ago. I was like, why did he buy it if he doesn't want to be involved in it? And the answer I got was, do you see how the value of that team has appreciated since he bought it?
Yeah.
It's like, what other business can you invest in that guarantees that sort of return? And I didn't.
Exactly.
And that was what made me start to think about it that way, where it's like, oh, not all these guys are like. Some of these guys aren't buying a team because they want to be involved. Some of these guys are buying a team because it's a good place to put your money.
Or they don't want to be like of service to the community or part of that. Like they don't want to like be in the parade. Like that's just right. That's why Ginny Buss sold the Lakers, because she was like, I'm never going to get overvalued.
I'm going to get $10 billion?
That was also because there were other family members, right, that were like, well, why the hell?
Yeah, but she would have really fought it, and she didn't. So I think that they were like, our team is valued at this. They're offering this.
$2-3 billion more than what it's worth.
This
I'm never going to get
discrepancy is never going to be like this again. You literally made me an offer I can't refuse. Like the Lakers are nice and they've been great, but let's be honest, this is a lot of money.
$10 billion now.
Yeah, and you're paying me.
Is the bubble eventually going to burst?
And you're paying me $3 billion above value. Like I got to take it. You know, I'll go buy something else. All right, we'll be back. We'll talk about actual football in just a moment. Where?
Indiana.
Yeah, and he would make models move out to Bloomington, Indiana, which was always
Just
fun.
fun.
Yeah, she didn't seem so happy about it. I don't think it was the greatest lifestyle for her. All right, Bert is here. And Bert, last night, the Patriots in a very meaningful game against the Giants.
Ben Woolridge, I believe, right?
Yeah,
That's correct.
Well, listen,
Woolridge,
his mom has been to every game. It's really exciting. All right, so first of all, let's ask about the other team. Jackson Dart, what are you hearing about him? That was
He's checked every box. Like I think what everybody's seen in the preseason reflects what they've seen, in camp, and they felt like when they drafted him, they were on him from the beginning. I may have said it to you guys before the draft, but I felt like all along, just talking to people there, that they were much hotter on him than they were on Shedeur because they had been connected to Shedeur a lot. And, I think it's not going to change the dynamic in the quarterback room for right now. Russell Wilson's going to be the starter, but I think that leash has gotten considerably shorter. And I think it's because Jackson Dart's more ready for the pros than people thought. And to the Giants' credit, like they pulled on their own connections, their internal connections to get the information they needed on Dart. His offensive coordinator at Ole Miss is Charlie Weiss Jr. Brian Daboll's mentor is Charlie Weiss Sr. And then Joe Judge is there too as the quarterback's coach, and
so that's where he wound up.
Yeah, so Joe Judge obviously still has a lot of relationships in the Giants organization, having been the head coach there. So they're really optimistic about where he is. I'm impressed too. I mean, I think again the stuff that they talked about was like the toughness, the feel. What you heard constantly. I think I said this with you guys too. Like the difference between Jackson Dart and Shedeur Sanders when you watch them play. One distinct difference was when they get in trouble, Shedeur bails out of the back of the pocket. Jackson moves up in the pocket. And it was sort of a way for, a scout that I was talking to about this before the draft to illustrate the difference between the two. Like Jackson Dart is playing quarterback out there. He is more refined as a quarterback despite coming from a spread offense. So they're really happy with him. And again, like I think, if the Giants start 6-1, it's probably a moot point. But if you look at their schedule, that seems unlikely. It seems more likely that they could stumble, and if they stumble, they feel like they've got a viable answer there in Jackson Dart.
I know that there were, there's always people clamoring for, that guy to get the start, and
everybody always wants the future.
Yeah. But even watching his quote unquote success last night, the touchdown throw. In a game against starters, that ball that's thrown a little bit behind the receiver, that's either deflected or picked. It's like you take everything you see in these games with a grain of salt. And his decision to keep the ball and run and not slide, I'm like, I mean, that you can't do that.
That comes with time, though.
I think that's one of those things. Like, I mean, Josh Allen used to take kill shot after kill shot after kill shot. And he's gotten way more.
He's the exception.
But even him, like I'm not saying like that Jackson Dart can take the damage that Josh Allen, who's a tank, can. What I am saying is that even Josh Allen has become more judicious about
There's a learning curve.
Right. Like where it's like you're getting hit by a 21-year-old who's still a freak athlete, but he's 21 versus getting hit by a 26 or a 27-year-old. There's only so many times you can do that until you pay a heavy price for it. So that's something that I think comes with time. And obviously, like, I don't think anybody who watched him in college would question Jackson Dart's toughness. It's just you have to learn how to balance that with what's smart.
Vrabel said last night, Zoe asked him when he wasn't being taken to task for his, fictitious reporting, that Vrabel's words.
Well, he didn't get I think he only got one syllable of fictitious out.
Yeah. He needs to workshop that joke.
Meant. What's the problem?
Zoe asked him last night, how many roster spots really up for grabs tonight? 3, 4? And Vrabel laughed it off. He said, no, way more. He said, it's our first year here.
You also saw how the backups played last night. I would say, 10 roster spots are in play?
Yeah, I think
if anyone gets hurt of the starters, I'm looking at those backups.
The question, like, how many do you think were up for grabs last night for the Patriots?
I don't think Vrabel's being misleading there. I think that they feel like they've got, like, a depth issue. And they still have a lot of work to do. And I I don't know, I was there earlier this week. Like, I think there is some level of break tapping. Like, this is going to take some time, you know? And it's just a sense.
As it should, by the way.
Just the sense I get. Like, I didn't really get from anybody that, like, oh, we've arrived. You know, like, this is, I think the guys who came in feel like this is a off-season rebuild. And I know I've said that before, right? I said that in 23 and before Bills last year. I said that in 24 when Gerard took over, and I'm saying it again. But the reality of it is I'm saying that over and over again because they've kept missing on draft picks. Like, look at the 24 offseason. I told you before the 24 offseason.
Look at the 24 draft out of the Drake May.
And even like even the contracts they did. They did the contract for Duggar.
Duggar, who played well into the second half last night.
Yeah,
they
quarter.
re-signed Jennings, I believe, in the 24 offseason, right? Like, so if I was telling you before the 24 offseason that this is a multi-offseason rebuild, and then you got basically nothing except Drake May out of that offseason, wouldn't it remain a multi-season rebuild? So,
but now you have different people theoretically in charge.
But this idea that you can come in and Fred, I know you're wholeheartedly like with me on this, like this idea that you can come in and fix everything through free agency is asinine. It doesn't work that way. The guys who are available during free agency, by definition, are not core players. You supplement your roster. You don't build your roster with free agents. And so it's going to take a couple of draft classes for them to get to where they need to be. And, you know, this is the price you pay for the 20 draft, the 21 draft, the 22 draft. How long did they chase the miss on Isaiah Wynn? How long did they chase the miss on N'Keal Harry? Left tackle and receiver are still questions 6 and 7 years after they took those positions in the first round. So,
did you hear Belichick what he said to Volan about how it got too big in New England and now it's nice and small in North Carolina? I mentioned you when I read it yesterday.
Yeah.
Because that's the opposite. It was not big enough, correct?
Right.
Yeah. Hence, and then I went, maybe you could have used more help to draft and develop.
There's a lot of like reframing of history.
Yeah, it's just insane.
With all the pettiness that's gone with it, too.
Right.
Which is also
it was all Jonathan Kraft's fault.
I know.
He made him draft all those crappy players.
It was no owner's son. That was good tossing that right in there.
Kraft wanted Cole Strange. That Kraft came in and he was like,
we need a guard
from Tennessee Chattanooga, right? Yeah, that's like Bill was completely.
Hurry up!
There was too many voices in his ear. They're like, yeah.
Cole Strange, who was playing center in the fourth quarter last night.
Funniest story.
Cole Strange is not might not make this team.
No, I think that was evident last night.
The funniest story I heard about that draft was everybody in the NFL was convinced they were taking Trent McDuffie. Like, oh my God, that guy is such a good fit for what Bill wants to do. Like, from a personality standpoint, he is Devin McCourty. And he is versatile, and he can do a million different things. And so the Chiefs were convinced that they had to get in front of the Patriots at 21 to draft Trent McDuffie. Convinced. They called the team at 16, at 17, at 18, at 19, trying to find a way to jump the Patriots for him. And they couldn't find a deal. And then the Patriots get on the clock, and all of a sudden the Patriots are with McDuffie there, and they were stunned. They'd talked to the Patriots before, of course. They were stunned that the Patriots were willing to move the pick with McDuffie there. So I remember talking to a couple of people who were there, and I said, like, so it did seem like McDuffie was a good fit for you guys. And, you know, some of those guys were like, oh, yeah, we all thought he was a great fit. He's like, but Bill's response was, well, who the hell did he cover in the Pac-12? And then we draft the guard from Chattanooga.
Amazing. Incredible.
It just, if you don't know, when he was talking to Volan, Bill said this is recently, like this week, he said that North Carolina was better because things had gotten too large, and there were too many voices in his ear. In Foxborough, and we through Burt have learned who's with all these other teams that it's so small to the point where it's going to take a while for even that to grow. People don't like when John and I talk about it, but maybe they'll listen to Bert.
I mean,
They get very angry at John and I. They say we're
The
a broken record, but I
infrastructure.
don't know what else you want us to say. We've had this conversation off the air. Like, I don't know what you want us to say.
In a weird way, that comment actually helps the Crafts.
Yes.
Because that comment, like where people might think they're being cheap about building the staff out, like if they say, no, that was Bill, Bill just validated it.
Yeah, I just don't see how building the staff and those expenses are going to affect your bottom line. Like, I would think that
it's such a small number, comparatively speaking, to everything else that you have to spend money on with that.
Yeah,
team.
when your investment's appreciating like 1,000% every year, I think that you can afford some like $150,000 contract.
With some of these teams, though, that private equity mindset you've
talked about that, and you've talked about, and I don't even know if you've revealed the teams, but there's
head
teams,
counts and
head counts
if
and
you
things
aren't
like that.
it's that mindset that if your profits aren't growing, it's like almost like you're operating as if you have shareholders.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly right.
Exactly. Because you sort of do, because I just told you can buy into funds and stuff. There are funds being sold to buy into teams. I don't know why. I don't know. It doesn't seem great. Go ahead.
Real quick, you were talking about how this makes the craft
save this.
better.
Save this for the other side, as they say in the radio business.
Save it. Got it.
Mike Thomas always said, "Don't say other side or top of the hour," and I thought that was sage advice. It annoys me when radio people do that. Like, no one says that in real life. Like, when you picking me up, I don't know, Zoe, top of the hour. On the other side.
You know what else no one says in real life? You hear it on the radio all the time, as well. We're going to do this as well. Like, no one says as well when you're talking to them.
I do it in the bedroom.
As well?
No.
Excuse me?
I go, is your ass well? Because mine's not. Mine's in a lot of trouble.
That was a bad idea. I don't know why I said yes to that.
I don't know why I didn't make you do more beforehand. All right. We'll be back in just a moment.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
right, let's do it here. Very good. All right, we got a car to give away, ladies and gentlemen. And when I give out this Instagram user, you will be ready to get yourself qualified. All right, here we go. If your name is Slayer, hell yeah. Slayer1243 on Instagram. Slayer1243. You now have 985 seconds. That's 16 minutes and 25 seconds to call us back at 617-931-0985 to qualify to win a 2025 F-150 from McGovern Automotive Group at 985thesportshub.com. All right, or 985 The Sports.
Give out that Instagram tag one more time.
Sure. Slayer1243 at Slayer1243 on Instagram. You have that time to call in.
I was going to ask if it was an F-150, but then I thought, what if it isn't? That would be bad.
Yeah, it's good. It is an F-150, but that is what we're giving away. All right, Bert, we were talking about this off air. You go.
I just think it's we have to be realistic with our expectations for Drake May, and I think, I just listening to the station some the last couple of weeks, you hear this and look, I understand being excited about where he's at, but it takes a while before a young quarterback is capable of elevating people around him. And I think you look at the guys who had success early in their careers. Patrick Mahomes was drafted onto a playoff team. Josh Allen was drafted onto a playoff team. Lamar Jackson was drafted onto a playoff team. Joe Burrow might be a little bit of the outlier, but he only played half of his rookie year, and then they drafted Jamar Chase going into his second year, who had a historic rookie year for a receiver. These guys all had a lot around them, and I can only think of one situation where a young quarterback walked into a bad situation and started elevating people right away. Can you get it?
A bad situation.
Houston? I've covered the league for 20 years. There's one. Nope.
Is he still playing?
Nope.
Andrew Luck?
Mm-hmm. Well done. Yep. So, if you remember, Peyton Manning got hurt that last year in 11, and then when they cut Peyton Manning, they cut a ton of other guys.
They deliberately tanked for him.
It wasn't just the tanking. It was after that year, they got rid of, they cut all of these old veteran players that had been there forever, and the roster was gutted, and Luck was so good, and I don't think he gets nearly enough credit. They made the playoffs his first year. They made it another round to the divisional round his second year. They made it to the AFC Championship game his third year. And then the accumulation of hits, the accumulation of damage eventually caught up to him where he fell out of love with football. That's how hard the position is. So I just think this mentality that he's got to be able to start to lift all boats his second year is insane. Now, if Steph Diggs all of a sudden becomes the number one receiver again, if Travion Henderson is the rookie of the year, if Will Campbell is now we're talking about something different. But it's a lot of ifs, and I just think a young quarterback, you have to be able to lift him up.
Well,
and then when they get paid, that dynamic changes, right? Your hope is that you can be good enough around him when they're young to lift him up and to put him in a position to be awesome. Even Mahomes, who was the MVP of the league his second year, what did Mahomes have around him? He had two veteran tackles in Fisher and Schwartz. He had Tyreek Hill and Sammy Watkins. He had Travis Kelce in his prime. He had Kareem Hunt. He had Andy Reid as a play caller. Lamar Jackson in Baltimore only played half of his rookie year. Second year, he wins the MVP. Well, he had Greg Roman, who was the perfect offensive coordinator for him. He had Mark Andrews. He had Mark Ingram at running back, and who had a phenomenal year. He had one of the best offensive lines in football, and he had a defense that kept any game from getting out of hand. So they were never playing from behind. I think you have to really look at the situations where quarterbacks have had success early on. And again, I think for Drake, a big part of the equation is if you're going to get to 10 or 11 wins, Drake's going to have to be really good. But part of that's also going to have to be, you're going to have to hit on a lot of these things around him for him to be in position to play really well.
The one team that Patriots fans kept pointing at last year, though, was the Commanders.
And Jaden...
They went from 4-13 to a playoff team.
Jaden had a historic rookie year. Yeah. And Jaden had... And they hit on a lot of things. So they hit on a lot of their free agent.
So would you
signings.
like to amend the Andrew Luck and Jaden Daniels? You want to throw
Yeah,
that
Jaden.
one in there?
I think Jaden's probably fair. Like I don't know if it was quite the same.
About that one.
That might be good. No, but that's a more recent one. I would say, like
so it's better.
You were
It's a
covering
better
the
example.
NFL, weren't
It's
you?
a better example than Andrew Luck.
Okay. But now we're talking about 2 and 20 years.
Okay.
So like,
if it just happened to another team that took a quarterback at the same time.
Well, were they bereft of talent?
Okay. So, but Hardy, like, we're talking about Drake as
I'm not expecting them to make the playoffs.
I've heard some people here say they would take Drake over Jaden Daniels, which is incredibly asinine.
Boy. No, who?
I've heard.
Was it on
people
this
say
station?
that. Well, I was on. I love Tom Curran and Phil Perry. I love those guys. Those are my guys. But I was on a set with them in the spring where they went around the set and they said, and I went last. I think Trenny was hosting and went around and asked, like, who would you take of these two? And they both said Drake. And I looked at the two of them and I said, you guys are out of your freaking mind.
Oh, well, this is the same Phil Perry who had Drake May ranked ahead of Jared Goff in his quarterback rankings.
Anyway,
stop it.
Anyway, I don't
really.
Anyway.
Oh yeah,
for like the how well they're going to play this year.
Yes, in the quarterback power rankings.
But that's the thing is like there's like I feel like there's this warped way of looking at quarterbacks here. Like it's easy to have somebody like an elite quarterback because you had one for so long.
Right.
Like that's really difficult. Like even Jared Goff, who I would argue Jared Goff's played really well the last couple of years, and the reason people don't look at him that is because they won't let go of how it ended in with the Rams, right? I think people look at Baker Mayfield a certain way because they won't let go of how it ended with the Browns. Like even Sam Darnold, people don't let go of what they saw at the Jets. Does that mean Sam Darnold's the best quarterback in the league? No. But he can still be a good player because he was just in a really bad situation at the beginning of his career.
He won 13 games last year. Well, we talked about that. Is that if it doesn't take much of a football fan to look around and go Mayfield, Darnold, Geno Smith, like two of them ex-Jets, like they were in horrible situations, and then with time, what made them high draft picks? Number 1 draft pick, number 3 draft pick. Geno Smith was the first quarterback taken, but I think it was the second round. Mm-hmm. But what made teams like them, like that doesn't go away. But yeah, it's situational and it's learning the game. And Bert made a good point off air because we were talking about this off air. Is that look, what do I know? But if he would like a fan, like even in a practice, to stand behind a quarterback on a passing play
and see
what it looks like in the amount of time you have to make a decision. It takes time. It just takes time.
It looks way easier from that angle that we all watch on TV. Because I've done this, if you stand behind a quarterback at an NFL practice, and this is practice tempo, not even a game, if you it is an incredibly difficult thing.
Yeah.
And it takes time, and I think it takes time for things to slow down. And I would just hope that we're not going to get like 6 or 7 games in this year, and it's going to be a referendum on Drake as a quarterback.
I've been saying that all offseason, and people don't like it.
Just take a look around. How many sure things are on the offense with him? You point at it and go stud.
None. Trevion Henderson looks like your best offensive player, and he's a rookie.
The
running back room,
everywhere.
The running back room is the strength of the offense.
Yes, absolutely.
But every other position, question marks everywhere, all around him.
We have 2 weeks till the opener. They don't know who their left guard's going to be. They don't know who their center's going to be.
Yeah. It's not ideal.
And their left tackle might be a guard. And so, I just look at that. It's just, look, I mean, I think more often than not, when you look at, and Hardy, the Jaden example is a good one.
My Houston guess was a good one, too. After they went from 3-13-1s. No, it was C.J. Stroud.
Oh, Stroud. But Stroud had infrastructure around him.
Stroud had good
Stroud
receivers.
Had an all-pro left tackle. He had a number 1 receiver. He had, Stroud
How much
had
of them were acquired at when he started, though? Because they were 3-13-1 the year before.
The point was the surrounding cast around Luck was terrible. And that wasn't true in Houston. Stroud was great, but it wasn't true in Houston. He had all pros on offense.
He had good players. He had really top shelf in their prime players around him.
Yeah, you had Jaden Daniels was a better example, but he had Terry McLaurin
and people would argue Stroud backslid last year.
He did.
And why was it?
Because the receivers got hurt. All right, we got a break.
The offensive line.
Yeah, we got a break. Bert, thank you so much. Read him on MMQB. He'll be on Amazon soon. We'll be right back.
More Toucher and Hardy on the way on the Sports Hub.
Hey, it's Hardy. I got some.
executed. But I think that the guys, I think that there's glimpses of, football in which we'd like to play it.
Tommy DeVito threw 3 touchdown passes for the winners. Patriots win 2 of 3 in the month of August. They open up the regular season 2 weeks from Sunday against the Raiders in Foxborough. Also, Jalen Polk needs season-ending surgery on his injured shoulder. Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones told Michael Irvin's YouTube channel he's offered to give Micah Parsons more guaranteed money than any non-quarterback in NFL history. The problem is Parsons' agent. Red Sox scored a 6-3 win over the Yankees last night in Game 1 of a 4-game series at the stadium. Roman Anthony, a big 2-run homer in the top of the 9th inning. He had 3 RBIs in all. The Sox are a half a game behind the Yankees now for the top wild card. This series will continue tonight. And the father of Celtics All-Star Jaylen Brown arrested late Wednesday night in Las Vegas. He was charged with attempted murder. 57-year-old Quentin Brown apparently scratched another vehicle when he opened up his door in a parking lot. An argument followed, and things got out of hand. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 8:30.
Listen to it, laugh at it, get mad at it, agree with it, argue about it. It is Boston Sports. Boston Sports. And it is all we do. 98.5 The Sports Hub. Hey, if your alarm clock sounds like this is the show for you. Toucher and Hardy, The Sports Hub.
Hey, we're Toucher and Hardy. We're on YouTube Live. You can watch us, and as the clock ticks down to 10 o'clock in the morning, John has been getting up a little more than usual, but he has not gazed out the window yet and felt his balls, which is
I'll do that for you.
Generally what he did. God, that was magical at the time. I got to tell the story again. I apologize to people that listen to us all the time, but there was a Christmas where John kept getting up and going to the window and playing with his balls, and to the point where I started noticing it, and I finally said, "What's going on?" He's like, "Vacation," and I'm like, "Oh, remember this is December," and I'm like, "Where are you going?" He's like, "I'm driving down to my in-laws in Philadelphia." You're excited about that? It sounds like a nightmare. I remember when I used to have to go to my in-laws for Thanksgiving, I'd be praying for rain. Like I remember sitting in Brighton, refreshing the flights to hope that the flight got canceled so I could just go, you know what? We're going to miss Thanksgiving.
Is it icing up out there? Please let it be icing up.
Like sitting here just going like, because it was storming really good. And I'm like, if they canceled the flight, like, what's the point of flying there on Thanksgiving Day? Like, that's going to disrupt everybody. It's better if we just don't go. So I just kept clicking and clicking and clicking and clicking, but it didn't. It never. The plane, of course, took off. When you want them to not take off, they take off. When you don't want them to take off, they don't. All right. But John, this is very much his MO. Is he's taking next week off, but he ain't going nowhere.
No.
He's going to Maine for a couple of days.
John Wallach is staying in his. Where do you live? Natick. Okay. For the most part, next week. So, Fred, what we have here are a list of a bunch of staycation ideas. So it'll be our job, Fred, you and I, to guess as to whether or not John would participate in any of these activities. Ooh. Not will, but would he? We just have to guess would he or would he not, and John will tell us as honest as he can possibly be about his staycation plans.
Staycation Wallach, staying local, spending time with Red Sox and clarinets. Why leave when you can just stay at home?
So out of these 20-plus ideas, we will guess, Fred, whether or not Wallach will engage in any of them. Are you ready?
All right, this is the list that the intern brought
from Cabin Zero. These are from 12, and I'll just say from the outset, 12.
These are from Cam. This is Cam came up with.
That's right.
Remember, he brought the list of lists.
Yeah, this is from Cam. I remembered that for the record.
The dearly departed Cam. Who is he's not dead, but he's no longer interning here. And yeah, this was one of the lists that we asked him to curate for us. So number one, Would Wallach rent a room in a local luxury accommodation?
Oh, not in a million years. This is a guy who sat 4 people in a small hotel in Paris. This is a guy, when they canceled his flight, he was like, let's get on a 5 a.m. train. This is a guy
7 a.m.
This is the worst traveler in the history of travelers. Like, John's a bad traveler. Like, John is not a savvy traveler. Let's be honest. You would think that, oh, Fred, you're a hater or something like this. That is not the case. I knew Paris was going to be miserable for him.
Technically, it was 2 coffin-sized rooms, 2 in each room, not 1.
Okay, but I knew that it was going to be hellish for you, and it was.
I will say, no, he's not going to rent a room in a local luxury accommodation. Wallach?
Oh, hell no.
Okay, all right. Fred and I got that one right.
No.
Okay.
You got to. That's when he flies in his Kumar. That's when he gets the place downtown.
Fred, would Wallach go on a day hike during his staycation?
Much to the disappointment of Adam, there is no way that he would go on a hike.
Okay, I'm going to say Wallach would go on a hike. Now, this is a bit cheating because he is going to Maine for a day or 2.
He's not hiking there.
And what else are you going to do in Maine?
He's going to watch the Red Sox and then sit. I don't know what he does. He sits.
This isn't will, but would. Would he? I'm going to say yes.
No.
John?
The answer is yes.
No way.
Yes. The answer is yes. As a matter of fact, whenever I go visit my father, we take a little.
Where is the hike that you take? Describe a hike.
Not up.
He's going to screw it up.
Not up a mountain is a hike. Or
No.
can a walk be a hike?
Not a walk down the street can't be a hike.
No. There is a
define
park.
A hike.
A hike.
No,
is
Adam, define a hike.
You want me to answer?
It has to be free land.
I think I know where John goes. Actually, I think I know where John goes.
Where do we go? 12?
If it's nearby, do you go to the Rachel Carlson Reserve with the little area that goes around the wetlands?
As a matter of fact,
there,
that's right around the corner from
boardwalk?
my dad's place. That is exactly where we go.
Is that a hike, Adam?
That counts as a hike.
It's
yes.
a path.
Yes.
I don't know.
That
Path
counts as a
through
hike.
woods counts as a hike.
So if I go to Cold Spring Park, I'm hiking because I'm on a path in the woods.
Is it
Yes.
flat?
Sure.
Is it flat?
It is.
Oh, that's not a hike. If I go to Cold Spring,
Not a
thank
hike.
you.
Not a hike?
Yeah.
Not a hike.
John, I say it's a hike.
Of course he does.
Thank you, 12. It is a hike.
Farming is expensive. John Wallach will not be doing
I
much.
take back he's not
this
doing
bird
anything.
is planning to not have plans.
I take it back if John walks that loop at a park. What a vacation.
Oh, God.
I'm sure the kids love it.
So hike has to be incline. Is that what you're saying?
No, it has to be
And
like...
there has to be elevation change. There has to be rocky terrain.
Thank you.
All right, there's no rocky terrain.
You'd
at
have
this
to
park.
need like hiking boots to do it.
Yes.
I see.
Can't just wear sneakers.
Or if you wore sneakers, you're like, oh, I wish I'd worn actual hiking boots because we're on a hike.
Right, like if I take my dog almost every day if it's not raining into Cold Springs Park, and that's a mile loop to my knowledge. It might be less, but regardless, I'm saying it's not a hike. I mean, I'm in the woods.
It's the simple difference of like walking up the road that will take you up to the top of Blue Hill, or actually going off the path and going through the wash. It's like you could be going to the same place. One is a hike, one is not.
By your definition, then, it is not a hike by my definition.
Yeah.
And 12's definition, it is.
Well, 12 is he needs. Will you give him something? Just let him think that.
Okay.
He also thinks that donuts from the trash are not trash.
Okay.
Here's another.
Olds, come on.
Again, from intern Cam, would Wallach have a picnic in the park?
Yes.
During his staycation? There's no way. There's no way.
He would. He absolutely would.
No, he would not.
Oh, yes, he would. If his wife said, go out and we're having a picnic, you're not saying no to her.
I don't think she would say that, so I'm going to say no, he would not. John?
Hell no.
Do you eat on the beach? Do you eat on the beach? With a blanket?
Well, French fries that people are holding on the way to their mouths. Yes, he'll eat those.
That food you brought yourself, not food that you're collecting.
We have done that on the shore, but I'm not picnicking in the park. It's not happening.
No, but a picnic can be on the beach. I'm right.
No, you're not.
Adam, can a picnic be on the beach?
No, that's not a
right.
picnic.
Of course you can have a picnic on the beach.
No, you can't. That's not a picnic.
It's not a picnic.
If it's a blanket and a basket.
No, that's eating food on the beach.
That's correct. He's right. And the rest of you are wrong.
No. The purpose of a picnic is to go somewhere for the express purpose of eating
Yes.
eating
And
the
beach
meal
can be that
outside.
place.
No, you're going to the beach
What
because
are you,
there's
Yogi Bear? You can have a picnic anywhere you want if you have a picnic basket and a blanket.
No, you're eating on the beach
No.
because you went to the beach. The picnic is I'm going somewhere else to eat this food
Eating on the
outside.
beach 'cause you're going to spend a long
for
no.
the express point of like having the evening meal at the beach.
12. You're bringing food to the beach because you're going to spend a long time there.
No, we would go
That's
just
what
in
that
the
is.
evening. We would not
No.
go to the beach for the day. We would go to the beach
No.
at night with the kids and put out a picnic blanket and have a nice evening meal while the sun sets.
No,
Stupid.
Adam's correct.
Thank you.
I
No,
was
he's not.
correct.
Hardy, you're correct.
I know, John.
No, that's
First of all, if John's wife asked him to go have a picnic, you are very much the bait in that
that's not
relationship.
true. That's not true. I would not do that.
When was the last time you told her no?
I've told her no last night.
Oh, Johnny boy.
The answer is
save it up, baby.
I would
Get a big
not.
splash.
I would not picnic anywhere.
All right,
No,
Johnny.
Disgusting ants in your food. Forget it. Not a chance.
All right. Well, I don't know. Listen, you were no anteater. That's for sure.
Staycation doesn't need a passport. John Wallach planning to live it up. Westford, Maine is just like Paris, France.
Well, hopefully not. Because Paris was a nightmare for him.
Yeah, no, there's bigger bed in Maine.
Would John, during his staycation, attend a workshop?
No.
Choose a workshop on a topic that interests him, such as pottery, painting, photography, or, Fred,
Shrimp scampi.
Cooking.
Well, if there was a shrimp, he could teach one on making shrimp scampi.
Yeah.
No, John is a man of no interest.
No interest in that.
No.
Okay. Well, I was going to guess that too. So,
No, there was no reason to
right.
guess.
There's no reason.
John has proven that he's a man of very little interest.
how about this? Go on a food tour. Cabin Zero says, save this activity for when you don't feel like cooking your shrimp scampi this staycation and want to expand your palate. Now, he is a self-described foodie, John Wallach. You can choose a specific type of food to try, from cheesy dishes to unique foreign dishes, or even wine and beer. Would John go on a food tour?
So that's just basically going to more than one restaurant?
During the week?
No, he's not going to do that. Now, I've done that because if you're going on like a day date, I've gone to like different places with the same girl.
We did that once many years ago. We had an appetizer somewhere, we had an entree somewhere else, and we had dessert somewhere
Yeah, there was
else.
dollar oysters. It was actually the girl planned it. It was actually quite nice. We had dollar oysters at this place, then we went somewhere else for something else, and like we moved around because I don't drink anymore. Like I can't just camp. I gotta keep moving.
But is he going to go on a food tour?
No.
I'm going to say no.
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 Unless a food tour is flying around picking up garbage.
Not doing it.
No way. Not tonight. I got a headache.
Is John, this is an interesting one. This will require some conversation. During his staycation, will John go somewhere alone?
Yeah, well, absolutely.
Sometimes all you need is some quality time with yourself. How about going to a movie theater or spending the sunset in the park alone? It can do wonders for your mental health and overall well-being. Will John, during his staycation, go somewhere specifically alone?
Well, if you're going to a park alone to watch the sunset, that sounds like a prelude to overdose. I mean, that sounds like this is my last sunset. I'm going to camp right here and watch it. That's crazy. Now, I have developed... I used to, for 48 years, never went to the movies alone. And now I will. I still don't like it when people see me. I feel that they're judging me. So I try to get out as soon as the credits start. Because, of course, everyone's paying attention to me. And is very interested in what I'm doing.
I'm going to say John will, at some point, do something by himself specifically.
Oh,
John?
absolutely.
Yes, I would.
That's almost unfair because you'd have to. You have to. I mean, he's in his 50s. It's not.
No.
There's no crew
right
anymore. we're guys in our 50s. There's no crew. Yeah, you're doing. You're either staying home or going out by yourself.
Yeah.
You missed that one.
Staycation destination nowhere. Maybe golf with Ryan Johnston. No plans in Maine for at least 3 days.
All right. Yes, he's playing golf with Ryan Johnson at a municipal course.
Would John declutter his space? Take one of his staycation days to declutter and organize the home?
I think we all know the answer to that.
No, the answer to that is absolutely, if ordered. Yes.
No.
You're not. You wouldn't do that?
No.
You're
I'd
not
even
taking
do
one
that.
day to clean.
I wouldn't take the day.
No, I'm not taking a day to do that.
But I had a day this summer where my kids didn't have anything. One day. and I ended up cleaning out I don't have any more moving boxes 3 years in. I got rid of all those. I threw a bunch of crap away I didn't want.
There's stuff in like the office in the house that needs to be thrown out, but that takes what, 20, 30 minutes?
Well, that's still like you're taking time. There's still the whole day is a little ridiculous.
Yeah,
but taking time to do it.
Yes,
again, I'm
I'll
correct.
take a small amount of time.
Right.
But
A day is insane.
No. That's something Hardy would do.
Well,
Hardy would do that.
Hardy
would spend like a week to clean things out.
He putters. Hardy's a big putterer.
Yes,
like he will sit around and he's got that gift. Like that's why he likes golf so much. Like in minutia, puttering, like details. Like I have no patience for any of that. My life would be better if I did. It occupies so much time.
Two more here.
Okay.
Idea number 21: try a new recipe or host a bake-off with friends. Now, these are two very different activities.
Yeah.
But as a self-described foodie and a lover of cuisine and cooking, would John during his staycation try a brand new recipe?
Well, you remember why John said he was a foodie. Because he had nothing to say, and you said, "Are you a foodie?" And he said, "Yes." He just affirmed that question. So no, there's no way. First, what was it? Hosted what?
Host a bake-off with friends. Have a theme or give each friend one theme to bake and decorate their dish. Be sure to have enough ingredients and supplies to use.
Yeah, and ask Lucy not to burn anything. I mean, this is straight from this is my three sons situation.
I think John would, as foodie that he is, try a new recipe. I'm not saying he will, but he would. John?
No, he would.
No. He said he's a foodie.
No.
Because he couldn't think of anything that he liked, and you said, "Do you like food?" So he said yes. You didn't give John enough time to think.
Okay,
that's the problem.
All right, finally,
I got everyone right. I know John like the back of my hand. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
You got the hiking thing wrong. You got the hiking thing wrong.
Walking around in a park is not a hike. And we'll see if he does it.
Play a team sport during your staycation.
Huh?
Team sports that are easy to set up and play, such as volleyball, badminton, or football.
Yeah, why don't you get 20 guys together and just rock a football game?
He's got 2 teenage sons.
Yeah, so you only need 19 guys.
He's going to go play pickup in a park.
He's got a wife that's semi-sporty. She's a hell of a golfer. Maybe you guys will play a team sport. John?
Yeah, go get your 24 friends together and knock out a football game.
Are you insane?
What, do you got to have subs? Why do you need 24? Go 7-on-7.
Oh, no, it's, well, I was thinking 12-on-12. Or why don't you just have a nice baseball game and get 18 of your friends together?
Ultimate Frisbee with
7-on-7.
Go round up 13 guys to go play sports.
How about some 3-on-3 basketball? You got to find 2 more people. You got a family of 4.
Actually, you need to find 5 more. My kids are back in school during the week. They can't play pickup basketball.
Are you gonna? So no team sport?
No team sport.
What is this list? Yeah, go round up. By the way, this is my everyone else is on vacation too. Who the hell has 22 friends?
No one has 22 friends. No one has 22 friends.
And all 22, just even 14. Like, hey, everyone, let's get together at this place.
I barely have to play tennis doubles at this point.
Oh Jesus, yeah. I mean, you could get a mixed doubles game going, maybe. But
seriously,
certainly not.
You have
not
3
men,
friends to go play tennis with?
No, under no circumstances.
Although I'm sure Hardy's got the pickleball locked up. I'm sure you could play doubles pickleball.
But Hardy will walk into strange situations and do stuff, which is admirable. Like you and I believe, are less likely to go to a pickleball place and by ourselves and go let's go play pickleball. Now, life is better lived doing things like that. But certainly, I'm probably the worst out of all of us at a lot. But I don't have the self-confidence to walk into a gym and go, let's go. I'm going to just I'm next. Can I get in? I just wouldn't do it. I should work on that. I was telling my son yesterday, I had a friend growing up, Matt Nathan, white Jewish kid. Not a great basketball player, but a phenomenal playground basketball player.
Oh.
And he would go downtown Detroit and go get in games. Any
go
city.
Go get in pickup games.
We were in New York City one time, and we couldn't find him. And it was, cell phones, flip phones, right?
Yeah.
And Nathan was out, in some park, playing. and you know, when he shows up, it's like white man can't jump, and everyone's like, and he's like, I want in. And he like had a personality like that. I'm in, and he could do like the professor stuff. Like he could like make these moves, and like everyone loved him so much
I had
they
a
would
friend
do
like that in college.
Yeah, because he had the balls to like get into these games, and like, you know, like and dudes were like, who the hell is this like skinny white kid that wants to get into these games? And he would get in, and he had all this confidence. I was telling my son about it yesterday, like literally last night. He would get into these games, and it was like insane. Because my son was telling me people like clothesline him and stuff in these pickup games, like adults. Because if he dunks, like they take his legs out and stuff, like they get all like pissy.
Yeah.
And I was telling him about Matt Nathan. Like, I don't know if it wasn't like Rucker Park probably, but we were in Manhattan, and he went out and played at a playground.
I had a buddy in Vegas who was like the most nondescript looking like white guy, Mormon kid, just nothing. And we were at Sunset Park playing Ultimate, and he gets done, and he's like, "Oh, you got anybody want to go run?" Because the Sunset Park was a big basketball place. And we're like, "Not really." He goes, "Oh, I'm just going to go get in the game." Turns out that Lance, at the time, still held the 3-point record for high schools in Utah, and went out there
that's no
and
joke
started
either.
bawling.
Yeah.
Like absolutely bawling. And you're the only white guy on the court, and he was out there like just never talk smack or anything else, but he's telling guys to clear out, no pick, no pick. He would just identify a guy and like go after him. We're like, Jesus, Lance, where did that come from?
Yeah, Nathan was a big talker. Like, because he would get it and just start talking S and just, but I mean, the joy of everyone that he would play with.
That's awesome.
Because it was
How big was he? How tall was he?
Like 5'11", but like 130.
Yeah,
and he didn't play
exactly like that.
He played varsity at North Farmington, but the coach hated him because everything was behind the back and like crazy stuff, and he could shoot. But whatever. All right, we'll be back.
Much to the surprise of no one, John Wallach has no vacation plans. Hey, RJ, wanna go golf again?
We are Toucher and Hardy. Jerry Jones has been enjoying this Micah Parsons. So Terry McLaurin, Micah Parsons, and Trey Hendrickson from Cincinnati are still holding in for their respective teams, looking for new contracts. And Micah Parsons is the only situation where everyone's talking about it constantly. Jerry Jones was on. Michael Irvin has a podcast.
Michael Irvin has a YouTube channel.
Okay,
That's
he has a
what this
YouTube
is.
channel.
Yes.
And, you got Jerry Jones on. And Jerry Jones, okay, I have an agent. You guys have agents. I can speak. When we play this, I have heard this. I've heard most of it, is that on my own time, is I can only speak from the way I know things are with an agent. You're paying an agent a percentage of your total income for them to negotiate contracts. So just remember that. You're paying them. Now, sports agents don't make as high a percentage as entertainment agents. It's capped, sports agents. It's capped at 2 or 3%, I believe. But here we go.
I have agreed to give more money than has ever been given in terms of guaranteed money than anyone ever has as far as a defensive player. I've done that. Now, I am the cat that writes the check. Okay? Now, Micah's got 3 years with the Cowboys left. He's got 3 years. At some point, somebody has to have the say over the other. At some point, it has to be that way. My job is managing the check. Okay? Micah's got to do the playing. Where's the least important part of this whole equation we're talking about? What is the least incremental part of the whole equation? The attorney or the agent. Okay? He works for Micah. Okay? He's not the principal here in any way. In any way. They're in here to make their percentage. They're in here to basically, yes, advise Micah. Come over to the office and I'll show you exactly what I offered Micah. We got it in the back. It's with all written down, everything to go. Come down and look at that.
I'm going to get over there and see that.
Why is it breaking up like this? Why does it keep fading out? Was that how it aired?
It's just
it's
how
a
it aired,
crappy,
It's a lousy
Zoom, whatever,
Zoom call.
freaking
All right.
podcast crap.
Okay, because it's very annoying.
Get over there and see that.
You can sure look at it. You can sure absolutely look at it. Here's my entire point. My point. Who is it that basically says this is ultimately recognizing we're trying to come together for an agreement, but absolutely, who is it that can go with it?
Huh?
And so the facts are, I don't know that I've ever been around. I've never tried to buy anything. I've never tried.
Okay, I don't know what all this is. Anyway, it's not good. But the only thing is this, is that he goes, the part that matters, that it's not there yet, I'm playing another 2 minutes of this, is that he goes, Micah and I had a deal, and then the agent told me to go stick it up my ass, is with the deal, is what he says. And so that's the whole point of it. And so what he is alleging is that he went to Micah behind his agent's back. They offered him a contract, which Jerry says he agreed to. Then he went to the agent, and the agent said, "What are you talking about?" No. And then Jerry goes, "Well, wait a second. We had an agreement." And the thing is that you know exactly what you're doing. You're doing a runaround trying to screw the player. And then he goes, all the agent has to do is file the paperwork and make the contract. That's all the agent has to do. Well, no. The whole point of the agent is so the player's not negotiating, so there's not that uncomfortable relationship. And the agent has brokered these deals before and knows how to do the negotiation. They're not getting paid a percentage of your overall salary just to draw up a contract. They don't draw the contract up. You draw the contract up. They go through it and tell you what they have a problem with. Then you go back and fix it.
Correct. This is a 10-second, hopefully cleaned up version of the real money shot here.
We wanted to send the details to the agent. The agent told us to up our ass. Well, we've got this thing resolved in my mind for the Dallas Cowboys.
So this is the thing that Jerry goes back to a couple of different times. He said, in my mind, we had already negotiated it. Well, the whole point of a negotiation is it's both sides. So just because one party decides that we've negotiated and we've agreed to something, well, both parties have to agree. That's the essence of a negotiation. And both parties will hopefully give something up, and hopefully both parties feel like they received something, and that way the deal is struck. But Jerry decides at some arbitrary point, no, I've decided this is going to be it, and the negotiation ends there.
Okay, so it's also bad business in not negotiating in good faith if you go to a player who you have a relationship with, and you go and he has an agent, and you go, and the player likes you and likes playing for your team and doesn't want to stir the waters, which is why you have an agent. In negotiations, I would assume one side is saying you're not valuable and the other side is saying you're very valuable. It's best not to be involved in those conversations, I would assume. I would assume that the power, the station, or the owner of the football team, their whole case is you're not as good as, you don't deserve this, you don't make this much for the company, and the agent's job is to go, you need this person, you're screwed without them, you won't make any money without this person, okay? That's how I imagine it goes. I don't want to hear any of that. But if a boss that you have a good relationship with brings you into their office, say this happened, and he goes, Micah, I'm ready to give you more guaranteed money than anyone's ever made. Here's $150 million, and it's a 10-year contract. Here you go. And you go, wow, that sounds great. Yeah, good. And then, because you're like, this isn't what we do. This is I pay a guy to do this.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this. I don't want to have this conversation with you. So say he goes okay, yeah, that sounds good. And then Jerry goes, wait, I'm going to write it down. I'm going to write it down right here. I'm going to send it to your agent. And you're like, okay. And then the agent hears, and the agent's like, first of all, screw you, Micah. Don't have this conversation. Just tell the guy. If someone from the corporation here was like, Fred, da-da-da-da-da about your contract, I'd be like, talk to Heather. This is why I pay her. You talk to her. And then, of course, the agent, when you go I talked to Micah, and this is what we agreed on, the agent's like, no, what's wrong with you? You know you're not supposed to do that. That's not in good faith. This isn't, the town hardware store, that I want $1 more an hour, but you deserve $1.50 more an hour. This is, you have the franchise worth the most in sports. You have one of the best defensive players in the world. And by the way, what's this strategy of making him play out his contract and then franchising him a couple times? Because are you hoping he gets hurt? Because if he doesn't get hurt, you're going to end up paying him more for longer when he's less effective. So, if you keep him this year,
right,
and then franchise him, and then franchise him again, you're pissing him off, and you're setting a bad precedent for the franchise. You're paying him a lot of money, but then at the end of that, you're going to have to pay him, with Dak Prescott, you're going to have to pay him how many tens of millions of dollars more, because the market will have been reset for pass rushers, which it already has been.
The other part of the problem is Parsons isn't like the other two guys who are holding out, Hendrickson and McLaurin. Parsons in his mid-20s.
Yes, and McLaurin's 29. And
much different, and Hendrickson's 30. So,
Hendrickson's only thing is you don't have anyone else who can do what I can do. Hendrickson at 30 is not going to command, Myles Garrett kind of money, but he's kind of got Cincinnati by the balls. McLaurin's got Washington in a unique situation because he means so much to them in terms of leadership and everything. But you're right. Micah Parsons on the open market is going to be the highest paid edge rusher
when he's 28.
When he's 20, yeah. So right. So say, how old is he right now?
25, 26.
Oh, say he's 26.
Yeah.
So 26 this year, 27 next year, 28 this year. Then you got to go negotiate a contract with him to pay him more money than anyone else. And at the end of that deal, he's in his early 30s, and he's not nearly as good as he was when he was 25.
Just turned 26.
Okay, yeah, so the math holds. So now I got to – this negotiation doesn't make any sense.
No.
And then to go on something that you can't even get the audio right on, the dumb YouTube thing, So that's how it sounds with the audio cutting out. When you listen to it, when you were listening to it live, what an operation Michael Irvin has. What an interview. I couldn't even get through it. I'll play anything. I couldn't even. It's no one's fault here.
By the way,
I couldn't take the dropping out.
The agent told someone at ESPN, he goes, I've never even used that phrase in my life. I didn't tell him to stick to the contract. But even if he had, if Jerry had decided that the negotiation was over and said, I drew up a contract, send it over, here are the terms, he'd be well within his rights to tell him to stick it.
Because I just explained it. Yes, you do not do that. You do not work around the agent. It's in bad faith. You're negotiating in bad faith. You're putting the player in it or the employee in an incredibly uncomfortable situation. Yes. Micah Parsons isn't – his job's not to be the cutthroat businessman getting every dollar he's worth. He's trying to maintain a relationship with you in the franchise. He doesn't need this crap. And if I was negotiating a contract and they were going out and talking to ex-players and I'd say screw Michael Irvin too, and you're letting him, and he's talking all this stuff about we agreed to something and making me look like I'm an idiot because he's making Micah Parsons. I have a feeling I know what happened, and Micah Parsons is not an idiot, but he's making him sound like an idiot and making him sound like he's his possession. Everything about this is wrong, and this isn't a black-white thing. It's an employee-employer thing. Like, you're my possession. Like, okay, I'm the one who writes the checks, okay? Who's the least important thing in this conversation, okay? Yeah, you're the owner, he's the player. There's an intermediary. That's the person. They're the negotiator. Jesus Christ. It drove me crazy when I heard it this morning on the way in. It's and anyone who would, and then I heard someone speaking on it, a national person, and they're like, well, I understand both sides. What? What the hell's wrong? What rinky-dink business are you working for with ESPN? The head of ESPN's coming up to you and going, oh, yeah, hey, this is what I'm thinking. Okay. And then they go to your agent and they go, this is what it is. There's no negotiation. There's no other side to this. Jerry Jones is wrong. He's out of his mind. Boy, would it piss me off if I was Micah Parsons. I don't know what you can do. But, I mean, I'm not getting hurt for him.
The other part of this is the NFL rules stipulate to order to make sure that you're counted for a year playing for a franchise, you have to show up by a certain point in the regular season. There's precedent with the Patriots. Logan Mankins said a lot of bad things about Robert Kraft at one point in his career. I forget what year it was. He was year 5 or 6, where Parsons is, and Kraft wouldn't give him the contract he wanted, and Logan Mankins said a lot of things about Kraft, but in order to make that year count, he had to show up at one point. Maybe that's Jerry's thinking. He's going to show up at some point. I can afford to wait. I'm not quite sure what Jerry's thinking is. I think it's week 11 or week 12 for it to count as a full year of service in the league.
Right.
So maybe that's what Jerry thinks. You know what? Ultimately, he's got to show up. So let's play it out.
But I'm not getting hurt for him. There's no way I'm playing through an injury. There's no way there's nothing. No way. If I have to be out there, F you. I'm not getting hurt for you. No way. This is ridiculous. Oh, would I be pissed if I was him? All right, we'll be back in just a moment. Hear that line.
his agent for his contract extension?
There's no. I mean, I don't get it. I don't think so. I mean, when I don't know. I mean, how would I know? Like they,
I thought it came out.
I haven't heard that. I don't think that once you sign a kid, you'd be grandstanding that you went around the agent. I don't know if you would do that to an agent that represents guys like Roman Anthony. I mean, you're then pissing off that agent.
Yeah.
Like if they did it, maybe I'm unaware, but it would be highly discouraged, I would think, to sign a kid and then celebrate that you went around the agent to do it.
It's
like
weird.
I mean, they approached Anthony, and when you say approached Anthony, if that's what you're referring to, that means you approached his people, and then you raised this thing, and he wanted to do it.
There wasn't a period of time where they had this kid locked in a room alone and said he agreed to something, and then they went to the agent.
No, but what do I know? I've been wrong millions of times.
I got a quick something here, Fred, if you want to do it.
Yeah.
See what you can guess correctly here. Quentin Tarantino recently said to Variety magazine that he has 3 movies, one that he calls his favorite, one that he calls his best, and one that he thinks is the movie he was essentially born to make. The ultimate Quentin Tarantino film. So out of all the Quentin Tarantino films, which is his favorite, which does he think is his best, and which is the one that he was born to make?
The ones that he's already made?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I bet you the one he said he was born to make was Jackie Brown.
Oh, are you being serious?
I am being serious.
Well,
I
that's
did not
wrong.
like it. I did not like it, but that seemed to be his, like, the most self-masturbatory.
It was a bit of a letdown because that came on the heels of Pulp Fiction, did it not?
I went to go see that in the theater when I never went to the movies, and I actually went with friends to go see Jackie Brown, and I remember going, like, I get it. You like the 70s.
There's one that's even more indulgent than that, and I don't think it really counts because it's a 2-parter. So the one that he was
Kill Bill.
Kill Bill.
That is
That's the one he was born to make?
I walked out of Kill Bill Part 2.
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand movies that are just like running around and like fighting. Like it doesn't excite me.
Okay, so
they're not really fighting.
All right, so Kill Bill is the ultimate one. He said no one else could have, made it. It is like that is, that's the one. What does Quentin Tarantino say is his best film?
Well, Pulp Fiction?
You would think, but no.
Does he count Reservoir Dogs as his film?
Yeah, that would have been my guess because that was his first one, right?
That was his first, but it's not his best. I mean, he didn't know what he was doing yet. It's I would say that your clue would be this is a more important subject matter.
Oh, the Nazi one, the
Inglourious Basterds.
There you go. Inglourious Basterds is his best, but which one is his favorite? Now, remember, Quentin is a Hollywood guy. And what does
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
There you go. If there's one thing Hollywood loves, it's Hollywood. And whether it's Argo, which you knew was going to win Best Picture and everything else, that you're why? Because, it's got a little bit to do with getting the hostages and the people out of, the Middle East. It's really about Hollywood. It's really, that is so us. Well, the way they made that pretend movie. Yes.
The Michael Keaton movie that won Best Picture is the best example of that, and got a lot of blowback for that. The one Birdman. Birdman won Best Picture, if I'm not mistaken.
That's a New York-based Broadway thing.
But it's an actor thing. It's basically a metaphor for Hollywood. He's a star who can't walk down the street.
I did not like that movie.
No, you didn't. But the whole noise around that movie when it was even nominated was this movie sucks. The only reason that it's nominated is because it's about Hollywood.
It's about the entertainment industry.
It's about the entertainment industry and like woe is me about the. Another thing of like nothing feels better than sympathy. Then this is an example of that.
Yeah,
the tortured Michael Keaton. He's walking down the street in his underwear. He feels naked to the world.
But the whole thing about that too is that they kept pleasuring themselves and talking about it's so brilliant because it was one shot. It's one continuous shot. I'm like, no, it's not. You can see where the edits are. I mean, I understand they made it look like that, but it's not.
They're saying for 2 hours they just did the movie in 2 hours and then went to the cut and then that was it.
How did they do it? With editing, how they do every movie. You know what it would have made it better? Had they actually gone away from that and done like multiple shots.
No, like a one-shot scenes,
cuts.
like the famous ones obviously are like Goodfellas going through the kitchen is a one-shot.
Right.
The old boy fight in the original one is a one-shot. Like those are, the people are claiming the movie's done in one shot. That they showed up to set in for 2 hours.
Do you want me to ruin that Goodfellas scene for you?
Yeah.
Watch it again and notice they actually backtrack. And there's some curtains put up to make it look like they're going through this labyrinth maze-like thing in the kitchen. And all they do is walk deep into the kitchen, loop around, and then come back down the same hallway that they enter in.
It's ruined! The movie sucks now.
I'm sorry.
I don't like that.
Jesus, Hardy.
I hate that.
I'm sorry I did that to you.
Why did you?
Scorsese, you cheaped out and put a curtain in there.
There's no need for that.
That was terrible of you.
Watch it again.
Now I'm going to have to.
I never cared about that scene. I just know everyone enjoys it so much. Like I never thought it was like the coolest thing. Old Boy is.
But it's like technically, I understand it's really hard to pull off with the lighting and all that stuff. And when they try and mimic it in Swingers, which is still a very watchable.
I like
thing.
Swingers.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but when they do it, you see where the shot gets all like wonky because of the lighting, and it's like because they didn't have Martin Scorsese and his director of photography and all the money to pull it off. You do see how difficult that is to do.
And I'm guessing that was kind of part of the point, right? Is when they were doing it with a little bit of a nod to that. All right, we'll be back in just a moment. Bob Sosi will join us.
Sports Hub headlines. Presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Patriots didn't play most of their starters last night. They lost their final preseason game 42-10 to the New York Giants at MetLife Stadium. Ben Woolridge played the entire game for the Patriots at quarterback. He was 10 of 20 for 82 yards, one touchdown to his people and another touchdown to the other team. The first game of the regular season is 2 weeks from Sunday at home against Las Vegas. Also, Patriots wideout Jalen Polk will need season-ending surgery on his shoulder. Red Sox began a 4-game series at Yankee Stadium with a 6-3 win last night. Roman Anthony, a 2-run homer and 3 RBIs. Sox a half a game behind the Yankees for the top wild card spot. They'll play them again tonight. Wilyer Abreu placed on the injured list with a calf strain. Abraham Toro designated for assignment to take their place on the roster. Top outfield prospect Justinson Garcia and David Hamilton were both called up. And the father of Celtics All-Star Jaylen Brown arrested late Wednesday night in Las Vegas and charged with attempted murder. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by the Albrecht Auto Group, Zoe's Auto Dealer. Purchase any new vehicle from one of their 8 dealerships and get the Albrecht Advantage, a 10-year, 150,000-mile limited powertrain warranty backed by Allstate Insurance. Connect with Albrecht at albrechtauto.com. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 9:30.
Boston's best sports talk. There's an app for that. Download the Sports Hub app for loads of stuff. Absolutely free. Connect with the shows, get podcasts, and more. Get it where you get your apps. Or at 985sportshub.com.
Is elongating?
Weekday mornings.
Here goes Hardy.
Toucher and Hardy.
I no longer love things.
Let's go. Let's ride.
98.5.
Let's roll the dice.
And hello again, everyone. A very pleasant good evening. Welcome to MetLife Stadium in New Jersey's Meadowlands. Bob Sosi reunited with Scott Zolak. And it is great to have Zoe with us. It's great to have you with us as the Patriots wrap up the 2025 preseason and get set, of course, for the season opener on September 7th.
We are Toucher and Hardy. You can watch us on YouTube. Subscribe to 98.5 The Sports Hub on YouTube. Bob Sosi is the voice of the New England Patriots on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Patriots Radio Network. Last pregame was last night, and apparently Scott Zolak, very upset stomach. Some corn situation was happening. Bobby, can you say for a fact that Zolak had an upset stomach last night?
Zolak had an upset stomach. Mark Capello and I had an upset sense of smell, if you will. And it was it was a rough night in the booth last night for sure.
No, to the point where he had to address it on air, right? Like that he knew he was torturing you.
Zoe knows you've been in that situation before. You understand, so.
Oh, yeah.
How much is he eating during an average game?
I will say this. Last night during the game, I don't think he ate a lot during the game.
His stomach was
his stomach was a problem. It cut him short.
One could say that it might actually be acceptable to not eat at all during a game. It's 3 hours. Maybe you just focus in on the job. So for you to say he didn't eat that much, so he was eating during the game last night.
I know he ate at halftime. He ate at halftime. He was fully focused.
No one's saying that he wasn't fully focused. I'm just asking you as a rule. Look, I've been fortunate enough to be to the booth in the booth before the game starts, and I've seen. It's not the world's greatest spread that they have for you, but there is food. But Scott takes advantage of that, and Hardy's telling me that there's sometimes. He's got relationships with people that don't work for the organization, your organization, to kind of smuggle him food. Are you aware of that?
Yes, I am aware of that, Fred. Hardy, I thought what happened in the booth stayed in the booth, but since it's been divulged, yes. Well, I would say this: it's actually not off. Sometimes it's vendors in the ballpark, but non-press box vendors, so to speak, so that we get some extra goodies that are brought into the booth thanks to those relationships with people around the ballpark. Other times, there are people that come to the booth and they smuggled food into the stadium, and they'll stop by. Sometimes it's a friend of Zoe. Sometimes it's a friend of Capello's. Unfortunately, none of my friends have been by with any food, but so we do get some. We do get some extras here and there.
Can you imagine going 4 hours without eating? 4 whole hours. I mean, it's almost impossible. It's so. I mean, can you imagine what it would be like if they didn't provide food for them? Or have people or vendors bring in food during the game.
There's food at halftime, food during the game, food on the plane on the way home.
I mean, every morning we eat before, during, and after the show. I mean, it is true. We have a breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
It's nothing like that's the thing. It's nothing like the spreads that the network guys get.
That was my point. Yeah, that Zoe has a couple of friendlies who work security specifically for Al Michaels, where I guess the food is really good for Al, and some goodies will be brought over his way when Al is in the booth next to you.
Correct. That's absolutely. Okay. Yeah.
All right. So, last night I think I counted 22 would-be starters didn't play, or 22 guys didn't play that will be on the team. So let's talk about the people that did play and what that means. Cole Strange played a lot.
Fourth quarter.
Kyle Duggar played a lot.
Fourth
quarter. Does that say anything to you?
Well, I think that Cole Strange not only played a lot, but didn't play well when he was playing late into the game to the very end. Doesn't bode well for him, considering the competition between Cole and Ben Brown, it appears, for that extra interior offensive lineman spot, guard/center. And Cole hasn't had a good camp nor a good preseason. And I think he's really struggled in ways that he wasn't struggling even when he was playing guard for the Patriots a few years ago. Last night was really manhandled, it seemed. And I don't, have the luxury of watching film, and you see a lot differently when you watch the film of offensive line play. That kind of, the opportunity to see guys in the trenches, stop, rewind, focus in on a guy. You can't do that when you're calling a game, and I don't pretend to know that much about line play, but there were noticeably several times where Cole Strange clearly got beat or was unable to get out and block his assigned guy. And, that was, I think, a rough night for him. So that doesn't bode well for him. Duggar, it's the second straight game. Obviously, he's gone to the very end, or at least close to it, for the Patriots. At safety is a veteran player who I think a lot of people have recognized, and Vrabel has talked about last week. Trying to learn coverage concepts, maybe not necessarily fitting in with this defensive scheme, coming back from the injury. And Vrabel talked about that even again last night, the long road back for him and how difficult it's been. But at the same time, Elliot Wolf this past week, and I think even Mike in his post-game comments and praising Kyle Duggar, maybe suggested that we shouldn't be so quick to jump to the conclusion that he's going to be cut. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that he's not on the trade block, as Andrew Callahan reported, as much as one might want to tamp down those reports. Certainly, if he doesn't fit in their plans, and right now it certainly doesn't seem like he's one of the top three safeties, without a doubt. You've got Peppers along with Hawkins and Woodson, then maybe he's a guy you do try to move, but that contract that he has makes it awfully difficult.
Okay, you said Ben Brown was fighting for him. So Cole Strange, who we know Kansas City thought there was no way the Patriots were not taking Trent McDuffie at that spot. Cole Strange in the first round. Anyone care to guess when Ben Brown was drafted?
He was not drafted.
Yeah, it's a trick question. He was not drafted.
Oh, you devil!
So Cole Strange, first round pick that everyone was like, who the hell is this guy? Ben Brown, Ole Miss, not drafted at all. Who knew? Who could have told you?
And that's one example of why they're in this predicament. Is you've talked about it on the show many times ad nauseum. I've talked about it as well over the last 3 or 4 years. And that was a draft, too, where they went in with an obvious need for a tackle, and they drafted Cole Strange in the first round. There was the reaction, remember, of Sean McVay and Les Snead, who were at an event for the Rams, and I think it was McVay. They both left at the pick of Strange. Just said, "Oh, we thought we could get him in the third round." And I think it's unfortunate for Cole because it obviously set the bar so high with the expectations, and he finally started to play pretty well in 23 before the knee injury set him back. But you look at where they are now, even in positions where they have tried to fortify through the draft and bringing in veteran free agents, they're still very thin. And that's the result mostly of draft picks that weren't spent wisely. And that's, first-round picks on a guard out of a Division II school. It's second-round picks for players who just haven't been able to contribute in any way. And down the line, even last year's draft, you start to look at the draft class last year beyond Drake May, and it's, in the case of this year's roster right now, bubble player after bubble player at best.
Let's talk about depth on this team a little bit. Usually you can't take much away from a third preseason game, especially the lineup that Mike Vrabel ran out there, but all of those guys that are trying to compete for roster spots, pretty much to a man, got manhandled last night. It tells me the depth on this team is not good at all.
No, John. You're looking at backups for the Patriots playing against guys you think are comparable players on the other side. The backups for the Giants, a bad football team, a team that was worse than the Patriots a year ago. You're absolutely right. The Giants players dominated them. The Patriots had a tough time tackling and covering in the secondary. The line play was not good, generally speaking, especially on the offensive side. So I think there's something we heard a lot last year that started to repeat itself again this year, talking about the waiver wire. We know that the roster's never complete on cutdown day. That was true going back into the best days of the Patriots under Belichick. But I just think that, at this point, they are shopping for a lot of guys to try to fortify positions, add depth, or at least they will be come Tuesday. But most, when you get down to that, there aren't many guys available, especially at positions that are so important, like on the offensive line, a tackle. So that may mean that they carry a couple of guys right now that aren't necessarily winning a position battle. Mike Reese, I think, in his roster projection had 10 offensive linemen, but they're just going to have to carry numbers at least initially. That's, I think, a real strong possibility for this team, just to try to maybe catch lightning in a bottle with somebody to give them some depth, because there aren't 8 clear-cut offensive linemen that they want to go into the season with.
Do you point back to the drafting over the last several years? The Cole Strange conversation and that entire class. Is there really much more to blame beyond that in terms of their lack of depth and lack of premier players that they have on the roster right now?
I always feel it really does come back to drafting when it comes to depth. You add players in free agency to sometimes address, short-term needs, or maybe to get that premium player you think is going to, make the difference between being a good team and a great team, or a bad team and a good team. But when you talk about the roster as a whole, it really comes down to depth. And I think about, the Super Bowl championship teams that I have followed, particularly on the defensive side, where you saw a lot of guys that, were drafted in the 2012-13 going back even to 9-10, the McCourty draft, and that's where they had a lot of the depth of that team, and then they added to it either picking up waiver claims, trade deadline deals, maybe add 1 or 2 guys in some of those Super Bowl runs. Jonathan Casillas is a name that comes to mind. Akeem Ayers, those are players they acquired from other teams during the season. But for the most part, the rosters were built and depth was established through the draft and player development. And, and I include undrafted free agents with that statement. And I just think over the course of the last however many years, you go back to 2020, that was the pandemic year. Duggar came out in the second round. Now he's your longest tenured Patriot. That's really not a lot of time. When you're talking about, 5 years, so they just haven't gotten a lot of guys to the second contract, kept them in the organization, haven't been able to develop players behind guys out of the necessity of playing people right away the last few years, and it just hasn't worked out well.
Well, listen, you heard Belichick talk about how North Carolina is so great because he doesn't have that oppressive staff lording over him, and that impressive. Maybe he could have used a few more people, and he wouldn't have tanked 5 drafts in a row or whatever it was. But, Bob, this is only the beginning, my friend. 17 more of these, baby, and maybe more.
Yeah.
And who knows? A lot of very smart people are saying that.
Some of the smartest people have said. that this team is playoff bound.
Bob, they say you're a hero, and I guess I'm a hero too.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the way it goes.
Yes.
All right, Bob. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, guys. Thanks so much. Always appreciate it.
All right, there you go.
Bob.
The great Bob Sosi.
We keep getting criticized for taking the negative slant on the Patriots, but I think that the one big thing to take away from last night is that your backups got tossed around by other backups.
Well, there's nothing else to take from last night.
No, but that's the point when we're talking about depth. People get hurt. You need other people to step in. No one's sure about the offensive line. Guys that could wind up playing roles during the season last night looked terrible.
Got pushed around by the other backups.
Bob himself talked about the Patriots going shopping again on cutdown day. How well did that go for you last year?
Well, John, you're assuming someone's getting hurt this year, which is
never happens.
Which is not going to happen.
Right.
No, I mean, first of all, I don't know what you want us to say. I mean, we can only say what we feel, and it's one team, and this is what's happening. So today, Bird said it, Bob said it, let them say it. I don't know what you want us to say. It's redundant. Well, I don't know what to tell you. This is the team.
Take a look.
And by the way, it's not like everyone's saying the same thing. There's Vegas has got them winning. Was it 8.5?
I haven't looked the last week, but it was 8.5 when I last looked.
I mean, that's to me crazy, but good.
It's crazy.
And people have them winning 11 games. One of Ryan Clark or someone said they'd be nipping at the Bills' heels to win the division. Right. So look. Go listen to that. I don't know what to tell you. I don't believe that's true.
As a Patriots fan, I hope that's right. It would be great.
It'd be good for me.
It'd be wildly unexpected, but it would be fantastic to watch. Maybe all of these things happen.
But you've got to play the Jets twice, so I don't know where you're going to pick up 15 wins.
Well, we're going to have to count those two as losses and work around it.
I mean, the Justin Fields-led Jets.
Maybe Drake May takes that extra step. Maybe Ben Brown winds up being a great left guard. And maybe he'll be a lockdown.
He's a big kid.
Maybe Will Campbell picks it up real fast. Maybe Diggs is automatically back to where he was 5 years ago, despite coming off ACL surgery.
Well, saying all of that, you still have to have a kid that's 22, 23 years old that doesn't make any mistakes, which is talk to Bert about it.
Sorry, I don't see it. And by the way, all of these people we're having on don't see it either. So
maybe Callahan, who's in for you on Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
He seems to always be a glass half full kind of guy.
Okay.
But you can't accuse this show of being overly negative in general because it's just not that way.
No, if anything else, it's all couched by the fact that what improvements they do have this year should be embraced, and if they get to say 7 wins,
yes, what you want is a win or two more than last year, 2 wins more than last year.
Now,
if they wind up with 5, then you're a little upset. But if they wind up with 6 or 7 wins, great.
6, I say, would be doubling it up because I do not count the last win of last season.
Okay.
Oh, the one that Milton ruined everything for?
Well, you don't count. I mean, it's hard to count a win where the other team actively is trying to let you win.
Is anyone following Milton's preseason? It's been glorious.
I have. I have.
He's been great. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
Stay tuned.
You know, I got an idea for a bit. The email bit. We should do the email bit. It's a great idea. Let's do the email bit.
All right, if you want to email us, 985thesportshub.com's got our email addresses. Follow us on social media, at Toucher and Hardy on Twitter and Instagram, at Hardy985 on Twitter and Instagram, and at Fred Toucher, where we're building a huge community on Instagram. By the way, I tomorrow get to go and do community service because my son needs to get community service hours for school. And all these charities, because he's under 18, say you have to come with someone who's over 18.
What will you be doing?
I will be at Cradles and Crayons from 10 to noon doing something or other.
In Brighton?
In Newton.
Oh.
Doing something or other. I went to
Cradles
Marshall's.
2 Crayons.
Cradles 2 Crayons, thank you. I know, I'm an a-hole. But I went to Marshall's and I bought 2 sweatsuits. That's what I was told to buy children's clothes. So I bought 2 sweatsuits because I figured they're sweatsuits. That's the granimals of clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Here are 2 sweatsuits. Like Russian mob them up a little bit.
I was going to say, are these for kids who are going directly to the Fisherman's Feast this weekend?
Yes, absolutely. This is this is more of a Russian
is it
mob
a Royal
situation.
Tenenbaum situation where they've got matching with their parent?
No,
or,
this is the future stars on their hands. This is going to be a whole situation. But no, I somehow have been wrangled into doing the community service, which I don't mind, but it's funny that my son has to do this community service and now I have to do the community service. I'll read this. I went off on Jerry Jones and going behind the agent's back, and and Hardy, someone called in and said the same thing happened to Roman Anthony. And here's from Alex Spear, who's a huge nerd. John Henry approached Anthony on the field, who I think he would agree, at Fenway Park prior to a recent 11 a.m. game in order to discuss the status of his contract, and told him the team was going to email Anthony the contract shortly. Anthony received the email and saw it before his agent had received it and read it. This is a quote. At the end of spring training, Anthony's team at Frontline Athlete Management had suggested they didn't want to renew conversations until after the season, so it caught agent Mark Rogers off guard when Breslow informed the agent that he just sent a new contract proposal to Rogers and Anthony. Had Breslow only sent it to Rogers, the agent might have stiff-armed the request, but Anthony, who'd been alerted by Henry that the offer was coming, had opened the email and greeted it with immediate enthusiasm, which was relayed to Rogers. Yeah, I mean, I get why you think it's kind of the same.
Technically, that's true. Technically, it's the same.
It's not the same. It was emailed to Anthony and the agent. And Anthony, I guess, said, this is great, but the agent was still looped in, and the agent
that's the difference.
Still had the ability to negotiate. Anthony, and the owner can go up to you and go like, hey, we want to re-sign you. Like, we're looking to give you a new deal, and you can go, that's great.
Did Anthony accept it? That's the difference here. Did he send it, and Anthony went, oh, yeah, sure, and kept the agent out?
No, what's even different than all of this, that makes it way different, is that it would be like if Henry pulled Anthony off the field, sat him down and said, here's what I'm offering you. Do you agree? And he said, yes. Then he sent us the contract to the agent and said, Anthony agreed to this.
Right.
I get why there's similarities, but obviously we all agree it's not the same thing.
No.
As cornering a player, getting him, like talking to him and getting him to agree to something and then shoveling it off to an agent. You know, term and stuff getting sent to both parties at the same time is not something I'd want as a client. I would much prefer none of this cross my... I'm aware of what's going on in negotiation, and these are the same levels of pay, let's be honest. But, I mean, for a first contract in the major leagues, that's radio money. And so, but I'm aware of numbers that are being tossed around, and the company's aware of my willingness to return. But other than that, I don't want to know anything. Like, I don't want to see the contract. But I have. In the past, I've seen a contract before I agreed to terms. So what my point is, you don't corner the employee and go do the negotiation and then send it off as done to the agent and then stomp your feet and go, the negotiation's over, the player agreed to it. That's not what you do. And there's no world where that's the right thing to do.
But the difference also is that Jerry thinks he has the hammer. He's ultimate. And in the short
I think he
term,
might have actually said he has the hammer. I know, I swear to God, I think in that clip he said he has the hammer.
Another shrewd negotiating technique.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. He's peacocking around he says, I'm the man, okay, Michael? Okay? Like that okay, that like pause in the okay. Like you understand where I'm saying? You understand okay? Like just talking like that. Like the whole thing bugs me. First of all, there's no argument.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear an argument. You're not supposed to do it. The guy's paying whatever percentage of his overall earnings to a guy not to just pay a lawyer. You can just pay him $1,000 to go over the contract and negotiate. An agent's there to negotiate, not to the legalese. My agent is not even a lawyer. My agent outsources to a lawyer to make sure there's no funny business. I've never had an agent that was a lawyer. Do you know I have a female agent, lawyer, and doctor?
How do you get along with your doctor?
Communication's a problem, but that's no one's fault.
Is that what you would wish for, or would you wish to have a different doctor?
I used to have the coolest doctor. I had this like old Jewish guy, and he just thought everything was all right. He said, "Not worry about a thing," and then he retired. And this woman, I was offered this woman, and she's very able, not as loosey goosey as the old doctor, which is fine now. But, a couple of years ago, it wasn't the greatest. Being told I was obese and, I could read the notes because now there's a portal and I could read the notes. Mm-hmm. It's like checking to see if I was wasted when I was in there. I'm like, all right, like, let's not go crazy. I'm not coming into the doctor's office drunk. Like, let's knock that off a little bit. It's not COVID. All right, go ahead. What do you guys got?
We did the long conversation earlier about John's staycation.
Much to the surprise of no one, John Wallach has no vacation plans. Hey, RJ, wanna go golf again?
So somebody asked John, this is from Mike, will John take a day to start to take out the Christmas decorations? Now, it seems absurdly early, but knowing your wife and knowing how your house is done up at Christmas with an entire week, and then you throw in the Labor Day weekend, you've got like 10 days of nothing. Could there be some early Christmas setup going on?
Even for my wife, this is still a little bit early. I think the stirring, we have some shelves in the storage room downstairs specifically put aside for this kind of thing. I'm thinking maybe a week before Halloween, that's when it starts.
That's still really early.
God, I hate Halloween. I really do. I just can't stand it.
Well, how do you hate all his candy and costume? How do you...
Candy and costumes. Maybe that's why I hate it, because that fat loser hates it.
A week before...
that fat loser loves it.
Loves it, rather.
That's right. A week before Halloween, that's when the boxes start getting taken off the shelves, and then the first warm day right at the beginning of November, that's when they go up.
The Christmas decoration. Well, see, I like Christmas.
No, really?
Well,
stop it.
One of the nice things about moving into a new place, and I'm not being sarcastic, there were a lot. Last night I was home alone, and I went, "This rules." So, let's be honest. There's a lot. But the buying new Christmas decorations, because I didn't want to take them away from my ex-wife.
That's a separate issue. That
no. But
in February.
But what I'm saying is that I love Christmas. So I decorate for Christmas. I like Easter even. Thanksgiving's fine. And if I get to go to Detroit, I love Thanksgiving. But Halloween is I don't get it. It's a celebration of death. I don't understand why people like horror movies. Like, aren't you scared enough? Don't you have enough anxiety to add exterior, superfluous, fake anxiety to your life?
It's a different kind of anxiety, a different kind of scare.
Yeah, I just don't understand why you'd want to look at something that disturbing. Like, why something being like really disturbing is
well, most of us are not so disturbed by our own thoughts that it's fun to just dip your toe in that water as opposed to splashing around in it 24/7.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Is that I'm aware of that and I accept that. But I don't need anything more. I don't like Halloween. I don't. And I wish girls dressed like slutty like that.
This was years ago that I read that second only to Christmas, consumer spending on Halloween was far and away the biggest quote unquote holiday that people went all in on.
Yeah, that's because those are the only two holidays where you really have decoration.
Well, Nick isn't in today, but hasn't he been one of them big skeletons, a 12-foot high skeleton?
Oh, yeah, that's year-round for him.
It's a shadow image of his body after failing. That's his skull. You're looking at a shadow of Nick's almost corpse.
Beetle is the big sandworm from Beetlejuice.
That's fun. I can't get through 5 minutes of Beetlejuice. I tried to watch it with my kids. And
Even with Gina Davis. Oh. In those flats, she's got those.
Yeah, she's tall.
But she's got those no heel shoes. I'm like, yeah, you don't need heels. Good for you.
So you went League of Their Own. You were a big fan of League of Their Own. Oh yeah.
She's got the fastball now, and no pun intended. Even though she was a catcher.
But would you like her
she's
or
fantastic in League of Their Own?
Do you like her or the blonde, like down home girl better? Like the plain, like country
Her
girl.
sister?
Yeah, her sister. Do you like her or her sister?
No, then you just put on a little makeup. That's fine. Gina Davis. Yeah, I like
Okay.
Gina Davis more than. Is it Lori Petty?
Yes,
Lori
good
Petty.
call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lori Petty. But she's not. That's
Break.
You find her attractive too, or is she too tomboyish?
No, I do like her in Point Break.
Yeah.
More so than I do League of Their Own. Yeah. There's a
Interesting.
There's a
But when
certain
Madonna
Because she's wearing more clothes.
What about
in League of
Rosie
Their Own.
O'Donnell? What about Rosie O'Donnell in League of Their Own?
I
No,
just
she
can't
wouldn't
stand
want
that
you.
all the way May out there wanting to have sex with everybody all the time. Ew,
Yeah.
gross.
But no one liked Madonna back then. That's true.
Ugh.
Of course, they typecasted her, and another woman being attacked for her sexuality. I guess.
David, North Carolina, wanted to know via email, who the hell is having a stroke with the YouTube camera? It was like watching the Blair Witch Project cross with an effing REM video.
George is doing a bad job.
Have a great weekend.
We're getting this a lot.
But I don't know, how does the camera shake?
Well, there was once where there was a triple shot of John Hardy and Hardy that I was sent.
Oh.
Yes, that there was.
George, what's going on? Why was the camera shaking, George?
Because he's got the DT.
No ideas.
He doesn't know.
George is a slight
It's like
man.
Nick's still here.
It takes George a day to recover. He's got the DTs pretty good. It's like an earthquake in there. George is having his problems. Don't worry about George. He'll be all right. He'll battle through. All right, look. That was a lot of fun. You guys want to get out of here. I understand that. Someone sent me an interesting article from NBC Sports Boston about Mike Vrabel that we can discuss.
Oh,
a little bit.
yeah.
You got it. All right, yeah. So we'll discuss that a little bit.
Let's do that.
And then you two will hit the road. And Adam and I will be back on Monday. And so will Bert Breer.
Paul Perillo just walked in. What a day. What a great day.
I'm getting no credit from you guys for bringing Breer in on Monday.
Oh, I gave you the full.
Yes, you did.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, Breer comes in for an hour on Monday. He doesn't come in when I'm not here.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
hey.
yeah.
All right.
Hardy pulled that one, and that just saved Monday's show.
Yeah, Saturday. So Monday 7 to 8.
Saved my weekend.
I'm
Thank
done.
you.
Just watch highlights. That's all I got to do. Kaboom. Why should they get them? Nah, I got the guest for the hour.
Good for you.
Thank you. And I don't think that's being a dick either. Bert would prefer to do it when I'm here anyway. So when you two are out, and both of you at the same time, I jam every guest I can because I wouldn't do it to you guys. I really wouldn't do it to you guys. But if the other guy's filling in, you get that, George? You get that, George? That's the internet. I can do whatever I want. Look at that. Double freedom rockets. I'm giving the middle finger. That's right, bad boy. Don't worry about it. You guys go on your vacations where you know go nowhere, you losers. No, I'm just kidding. I'm very jealous. You don't have to come back if you haven't understood that. All right, I need a break very bad. You
got to work Monday and Tuesday. You'll be fine.
I know. It's just that you
then
get
you get
to
the
leave
extra
and I
day
don't.
off.
Like
Yeah.
that freedom of knowing you're leaving. Like, dude,
I feel so good right now.
I haven't done anything fun all summer. So, like, and I'm going to my parents, which isn't some carnival, but like, at least
what exactly are you even looking
There's a
forward to
lake.
starting Tuesday afternoon?
It's a great lake. It's fun. It's like a fun place to be. Like I don't have to worry about entertaining the kids because we're all doing the same thing for fun. Like I like the lake. I like being there. Like it's right in the backyard is the lake.
I hope it doesn't rain.
Oh, if it does, I'll get the blues. Well, we'll put together puzzles. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
We know what you're thinking. What could I possibly have missed from the show? It's time for The Stack on Toucher and Hardy.
We are Toucher and Hardy, and here's the wonderful Stack segment, which is available for sponsorship. So you can lock your name right on this thing. There's a whole digital situation you're going to have to navigate through, but
it's worth it. Benchmark bit. Do it every day at this time.
Every day at this time.
People love it.
Hear your business. Your ad here. All right, Hardy, my friend.
You just referenced this story from NBC Sports Boston.
Yeah.
Sean T. McGuire said Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel seemingly was more irritated about a pregame leak than he was about anything from the team's 42-10 preseason loss to the Giants last night. No, Vrabel wasn't happy with how New England's backups performed against New York's second and third stringers. He wasn't excited about the defense that allowed 6.6 yards per play, nor that Ben Woldridge's offense.
Don't worry, this is the last time.
I know. I was like, you don't have to worry about it. Compiled a mere 81 yards through the air. But Vrabel might have been most frustrated about the Jalen Polk pregame report than anything that occurred at MetLife Stadium. For reference, Fox Sports' Jordan Schultz reported the Patriots' second-year wide receiver is set to miss the 2025 campaign due to shoulder surgery. Here's what Vrabel said.
There was a report today that Jalen Polk will have to have season-ending shoulder surgery. Can you add anything to that?
No. I don't know, other than I'd like to find out where some of these come from. You know, some of these rats around here, so we'll figure that out.
Ooh. Well, I mean, a lot of teams were really banking on Jalen Polk. That's a great relief. I mean, that's going to change a lot of pregame strategy for these teams. We don't have to worry about Jalen Polk in Week 15.
It is the precedent, though. I mean, if there's someone in the building who's actively leaking out information,
Right.
like, what are we doing?
I just don't understand why people do that. Like, I wonder if it was like Polk's agent or something. Like, I don't know why someone in the building would feel like, what would that give them? Like, sharing that information with a reporter, what's the payoff for the person giving the information? Unless there's a sawbuck or something being handed over. No, but like if someone like asked like about something going on at the station, like if Chad Finn was like, "Hey, what's going on at the station? I want to report it." Like, is something going on with Maz or something? Like, why would I tell him? Like, what would that do for me? Like, if it was something that would benefit me directly, then I would do it. Of course I would. I would throw you all under a bus. I've done it many, many times.
For a sawbuck.
But seriously, I don't understand why you would do it. I've always wondered that. I've always wondered why people talk. Now, when Bert...
You should ask it. Well, ask Bert, maybe off the record, but it's like, okay,
well, I have. And so I can... So when Bert has good information, it's from disgruntled people, generally. Like, the most interesting stuff. So... I'll be as, I don't even think you care, but I'll be as like obtuse as I can. Like when it's obvious a staff is going to leave somewhere or is going to be fired, that staff ends up talking a lot, and people that have recently exited maybe before the others are talking very openly about the future of the other people because they're pissed off. That's one thing. I know coaches can say things off the record with the knowledge that it will be reported in order to like get a hair on, get someone motivated or start a conversation with other teams about a free agent without coming out and saying it. Those are kinds of things. But like Jalen Polk being out for the season, I don't know what the advantage of telling someone that is. But I'm not a reporter, nor would I want to be, nor will I ever be one. So I don't know. That's an interesting thing. But Bert gets information on a level way different than like local reporters. Like Bert's got relationships with coaches and getting texts and stuff. Like the only person that my son's really impressed by is Bert. Because Bert has Jets information.
All right, very quickly, things for Adam 12 to do this weekend, as we always like to go through and see if these are free or not. Let's start with Friday Flicks at the Esplanade Hat Shell tonight. They're screening Wicked.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Sing along.
Hell yeah. Hell
You have a child that is very involved in theater.
Involved in theater, but not so much musical theater, thankfully, so I can skip that.
Doesn't matter.
But,
you're in.
Okay,
although they'll still not. That's not necessarily true. They don't.
What if it wasn't
perform
Wicked?
Plays, but they like to.
What if it wasn't Wicked?
If it wasn't. I'm trying to
like,
think
what
of
if
an
it was a
example.
movie that you guys like?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was free at the half show.
Yeah, sure. No.
No?
Because it's such a bitch to get in and out of there. You know?
Take the Arthur
Support
Fiedler
the free
footprint.
art scene.
How about this one? Vinyl nights at the ICA.
Yes.
What are we talking about?
Vinyl. As soon as
But
you
by
said
the way,
vinyl.
there's no way that's free.
It is free.
Oh, wow.
When is this? Give me the deets.
All right, this is some of the area's most forward-thinking and creative selectors. Highly curated vinyl-only DJ sets from the collectives who have carved out warm places in the hearts of music lovers across the city.
Let's go and bang some nerds.
It's
Come on,
tonight,
Adam.
9 p.m.
Tonight, 9 o'clock ICA?
Yeah.
I'm a little offended they didn't invite me.
You want to go,
party.
Adam? I can go, Adam.
Can you?
Want to go? I can go tonight.
I can't go tonight. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
he teased me.
Yeah.
He teased me.
How about the Bay State Hot Jazz Festival?
Oh, that hot jazz that Benny Goodman used to play.
This is August 23rd and 24th at the Condon Band Shell, Rain or Shine.
What band
So
shell?
tomorrow and Sunday, I believe it's in Medford.
Yeah. I know where that is. It's
the hotbed of jazz.
It is- Well, that's why it's the Hot Jazz Festival, because it's
Charlie
a hotbed.
Parker was from there. Yeah, I impressed Adam. I went to a bookstore, which they don't exist anymore, like a big one, and I bought some books, and one of them was How to Like Jazz, because it is fascinating to me. Like, and I like that there is a 300-page book about, and it's written in a very like simple way.
Yeah.
About like how to appreciate jazz, and I took a picture of it. I sent it to Adam, and I said, "Here you go, buddy."
I was very excited.
I go, look what I'm doing.
Adam 12 Fred Toucher Book Club choice. Yes.
Well, I can't
We'll
say that yet.
discuss.
I'm only 50 pages, and we'll have
Okay,
to
all
we'll
right.
have to see how it raises my appreciation.
Hopefully that's not an audiobook. Oof.
Enjoy your weekend.
No, that needs to be studied, and there needs to be notes in the margins. All right, you guys enjoy your week, and
Thanks. Have a great
change.
Monday and Tuesday without us, Fred.
We'll see you on the other side.
There you go. All right, that'll do it for you.
See you next month.
Yeah, try not to get. It's gonna be tough for you to come back, John. I know after all the excitement. All right, that'll do it for us. Adam and I will be back on Monday. Everyone have a great day. Bye.
Have a weekend. Toucher and Hardy will be back on Monday on the Sports Hub.
This summer, don't just do summer. Do it